Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hi, William. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Spider-Man. Thanks for having me.
You are absolutely welcome. I'm going to just, welcome everybody to the stream. Ireland. Ireland is exciting. And I've wanted to talk about Ireland for a little while. Um, what, when you think of Ireland, what comes to mind? And thank you for being here, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. It's a real pleasure. I've thought about Ireland a lot. I've never been there, but the things I think about are the beer and the architecture, the I and the castles,
Okay. Well,
and of
guess
course
what?
the
We have
redheads.
all of those. And the rem. Oh, okay. So, I didn't. I did. Okay, we have Irish music. We have traditional Irish music that I do have some videos and some photos that was in a castle at a medieval sort of dinner banquet that I went to, which was fantastic. I highly recommend that. Uh, when I say traditional Irish music, what comes to mind? What do you think we're talking about?
An Irish jig, I suppose.
Oh, sorry. That was a poorly worded question. What instruments come to mind?
The harp.
Bingo! Holy shit! That's exactly, yeah. A file and also a type of violin, and I'm sure there's a name for that,
Oh,
but I don't. But yeah. So I've got a musical clip of two beautiful ladies, talented, playing those musical instruments inside a medieval castle, a 15th century castle. Bunratty Castle, actually. So that's a highlight coming up. We're gonna, and I decided to do Ireland because when I went there as a whole, and not do Northern Ireland separately, because when I went there, uh, I rented a car with uh, with two other people, and went clockwise around Ireland, starting in Dublin, and so I think I'm gonna do a presentation tonight, sort of in the order that road trip was followed, and I probably have enough photos to do a second completely different presentation at some other point. But yeah, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Um, I don't know what. Do you have any Irish heritage at all? Because I'm half Irish and half Scottish.
How about tell us about your Irish heritage? You're half Irish on what side?
Yeah, on my mother's side, half Irish,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
yeah,
is your
Scottish on my dad's.
is it your mother directly or her mother or your grandmother or
Her great grandmother, so it'd be my great great grandmother, and they were they were fresh off the boat, so to speak. And yeah, so I've got a
hmm.
lot of affinity, and so traveling to Ireland was fantastic. My only regret was that I was the only person that was able to drive on that side of the road. And so I really, next time I do it, I would like to have a designated driver, if you know what I mean.
Is that for the driving or for the drinking?
But yeah, to taste all the wonderful mead. I really had some great mead while I was there, and that was fantastic. And oh, hey, holy crap, William, look who's here.
We've got lemon pie and we've got
Yeah.
Cal Burton in the chat. And
And
earlier
earlier,
we had Snortopoopas was here and Rod Thunderheart and Eugene Bird.
mm-hmm,
There's
thank you.
Rod. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at. Yeah,
Yeah. And
uh,
ooh,
they'll probably hopefully they'll be back. Oh, DJ Plain Ice just came in. Here's Miss Katonic just showed up.
oh, fantastic. Let's get them up on the screen. Hello, DJ Plain Ice, and welcome. And Miss Catonic Madman, hello. And you know what? I'm gonna switch off my avatar, folks. I've got, of course, the wonderful avatar that the Comic Relief Crusader made from scratch for me, himself with his own two hands. And this is this avatar here. This is actually me, William. In my bathroom mirror with my suit on.
That's
My
awesome.
newest suit. Yeah, my newest suit. But
How can you how do you see well through the eyeglasses? Does that look pretty good, or
I
is it
oh
pretty
no, you
blurred?
can
Or
totally see quite well through them, and allegedly, supposedly, maybe, possibly, I might have driven my RV all down the highway for 100 kilometers to the next city wearing my suit. Allegedly, no, that didn't happen. No, you know what? Of course I
no,
didn't. That did
no.
not happen. I dreamed it though. That's
Yes.
right. Yes, I dreamed it. Yeah, totally dreamed that.
Well, you know what's
Dreamed it away.
interesting? You know what's interesting, Spidey, because you have a, a grandmother. You said is a grandmother directly from Irish. Is she an Irish citizen?
Great great
Your gra-
grandmother. Yeah, great
your
great
great
grandmother.
great grandmother.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so
Never knew her.
there's an
She
interesting
was.
thing uh, for U.S. citizens. Getting an Irish passport is a popular thing these days. For a variety of reasons. One of them probably being this political situation in the United States going awry. But the interesting thing is if you can prove what. So I looked into this maybe early spring of this year, and what I found out was that uh, if your direct grandparent was an Irish national citizen and you can prove it with paperwork, then you would be granted your grandfather with a passport automatically. You just apply for it and get it. Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. And I know a friend.
Wow.
My friend, it's his.
There's
It
some
was either his
background there.
father or his grand. A friend of mine did this. He did this over 10 years ago, and it was either his father or his grandfather that had that, and he just walked right in and got a passport, and now he flies around the world under his Irish passport instead of his U.S. passport. So the United States
Wow.
doesn't know where he is. Well, at least they didn't back then. These days, they probably figure it out. But
Yeah.
it's really cool. If your great grandparent is a national, then there's some level of proof that it seemed that you could give to the office, the immigration office there, and you might be able to get a passport there. But it seemed kind of iffy. And
Okay.
unfortunately for me and for you, my great grandparent on my mother's side was an Irish national citizen. It was a male, one of my male great grandparents on my mother's side. But we know of this just by word of mouth, but we have no paperwork on it. So it sucks because
Ooh.
I when I looked into it, I thought I would love to get an Irish passport. That would be awesome. So it looks like I have to
Yes.
go around the hard way and
Yeah.
go
Well,
live there for a
yeah.
while.
That sure would be nice. See, my brother is an Australian citizen because he married an Australian girl, wonderful Australian girl, and I that doesn't help me somehow. I although I would really like to claim as a dependent. I think we might be able to prove a case, so we'll see. Do you? Oh, can you? Do you mind reading this in your?
Yeah, Carla says all of her kids have Dutch passports because of her father.
Wow, that's
That's I think
handy.
it's very handy in this day and age. I think it's wise to get multiple passports if
Hmm.
you can without having to pay through the nose for it.
And what do you mean by this, Carla Burton? I was Spider-Man 2 the other night. Really? You were in? I want to see pictures. In the DM me the pictures, Carla, or drop it in the wrench chat. That'd be funny to see. I'd love to see that. Absolutely. Or were you literally like climbing stuff and rescuing people, not in costume? Either way, if you've got photos, we'd love to see it. Yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. Fantastic. And yeah, you're right, DJ Play Nice. I've heard similar uh, situation for the Polish to get a visa. Sadly, my parents were plain Scottish and Irish, Canadian, but that's all right. That's okay. I got a chance to go over. Do you know, as a as an enthusiast of the drop of nectar, do you know the address to this gate?
Could it be the year that the beer was founded?
No, what street? What area?
Oh boy, no, I don't.
The
No.
Guinness. Does anyone in the chat know where the Guinness brewery is located in Dublin? It's uh, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, that's it, folks. That is the Guinness. I figured why not? I mean, why the hell not start with the Guinness brewery? Um, funny. Oh man. Okay. Anytime I travel next, it will not be with a romantic part. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I didn't get a chance to go on the brewery tour because I was too busy in the gift shop and I missed it by 10 minutes. So I didn't actually do the brewery tour, but I did have a good look around and it was fantastic. And I did have some beer, so that was good. Hey, look who's here. Hi,
Deej.
Deej Odyssey, another fantastic Canadian. Although I don't know what part of Canada you live in, Deej, but if you're in the Okanagan of BC, I'll, I'll, I'll come around after the show.
Spidey, the
Yes.
there is some really fascinating information about this brewery.
Oh yeah, there's.
Did
There's
did
what
you
is he
know
in
that this?
Spider-Man suit? Oh, probably not, Carla. Oh, she meant. Sorry, sorry, not to interrupt, but
No.
Carla meant not to avoid a big confusion there. I meant when I was talking with you. Oh, okay, okay, yes, your avatar was Spider-Man. Yes, okay. No, you were not in a Spider-Man costume, and well, you know what? Your husband knows that I'm not really into like girls or boys or any romantic. I'm sure he'll be fine with you sending me Spider-Man pictures. I will send you pictures of me in a Spider-Man suit. It's cool. No, swinging from a crane. Oops. Swinging from my
Swinging from
buddy's.
a
Yeah, no,
crane.
swinging from my buddy's crane.
Nice.
Actually, it's on my YouTube channel. The not the pictures, but the video. There's also a short video. The quality's not great, but I've got some nice photos. I'll drop it in the wrench chat sometime, Carla. You'll like it. Anyway, Deej, uh, you should be in bed, but when you oh thanks. All right, well let's not disappoint. Instead of me babbling, please continue with what you know about the while I show the pictures, if you don't mind, William.
No, it's I'm reading through this here, and I apologize to the chat. As I usually do research while we're watching the show, trying to keep up with
Which
Spidey's
is so
adventures.
appreciated.
Uh,
Appreciated.
so
So
yeah, I'm
appreciated.
trying to right. So Spidey, I'm going to rely on you to watch more of the chat. I'm going to keep my eye in the
Got it.
research department over here. So check this out. Originally leased in 1759 to Arthur Guinness at 45 pounds per year for 9,000 years. That was the lease.
9,000 years.
Yes,
Dude,
nine for 45 pounds a year. Not now that in adjusted for inflation, that's probably $6 million today. Who knows?
but now does that number 9,000 appear anywhere on their logos or anywhere in their branding? That's interesting.
Ooh,
Just a
that'd be
9,000 somewhere.
that'd be cool. Now,
I'd prefer
unfortunately,
it.
the lease doesn't exist anymore today. The land was brought the land in the area was bought out by someone, and so they scratched that old lease, I guess.
Oh,
I'm trying to find
right
where I
on.
saw that. Right. Lease is no longer in effect because the brewery property has been bought out when it expanded beyond the original 4 acre site. The original site
Oh,
was
okay.
4 acres.
Wow.
Wow.
Do you know how much what that would be worth in Dublin today? I mean, this site is
Oh
pretty damn
boy.
big. This site has to be like the better part of an acre. But Ireland, Dublin was the most expensive city in the world for a few years, like last decade.
Wow.
Was there an 8,000 year option? Let me
Yeah.
buy 9,000 years. I think that's enough. Yeah. So I did try to actually drink nothing but Guinness with two buddies of mine. I went to on my in Whistler ski resort. I was a bachelor, and these two guys were bachelors, and so we met up. And that is Dublin Castle, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, right in Dublin, fantastic. And we so I bought them out. I left one. I bought 21 Guinness. Took them over to my buddy's house. The three of us couldn't finish the seventh one. We were so full and not even drunk. We had to switch to like whiskey, I think. It was a terrible idea for St. Patrick's Day. It was so bloating, but it was the first 4, 5 were fantastic.
The Irish whiskey.
Yeah,
Did
I tried a
have you?
little hard. Like I tend to break my own electronics. Yeah, because I get excited. That oh, you like not that photo or this photo probably, Carla. You're speaking of that one or that one. How about this one? That's also in Dublin, and just the iconic UK chimneys, coming out of the row housing, fantastic. And after 8,000 years, you might want to move. Well, yeah, yeah, 9,000 is too much. Okay, well, lemon's good for 8 though, as long as you're good for the rent, bud. Okay, so I don't know. Now also, traveling now, when I go to places, I usually try. I'll do be in the city for a couple of days and then straight away. So I rented a car for 10 days. I think it was something like 60 British pounds, $120 Canadian, 100 American a day, including insurance. And so we headed straight north. And the first thing out of Dublin, because I did study as part of my anthropology degree. I studied archaeology for a semester, and so there's archaeological ruins north of Dublin, um, called the Hill of Tara, the Hill of Tara, Tara, and all the old Irish roads lead to Tara. It was the coronation site of Ireland. It is from the Stone Age. It is um, it's a very, and anyone who believes in what's is a cross between like Celtic magic and spirits and the forest magic and a little bit of wizardry and witchery. That sort of that's that's what it was. Does anyone? What do you, have you heard of? Because I'd never heard of it before. I was just leafing through the Lonely Planet, which I couldn't find somewhere, um, and I so I read about it. I wouldn't have known about it otherwise. Have you ever heard of it?
Not exactly. I mean, I know about just basically
Thanks,
about
Lemon.
Celtic history. Nothing specific. Probably heard more about that when I was playing Dungeons and Dragons a long time ago as a kid. Right.
Oh yeah, okay.
A
So
cleric.
yeah, so the Celts, and this site, as far as I know, was occupied and used for all kinds of, uh, um, I guess picked, even like picked would be around, and even previous to that, we're talking 600 BC. Um, this site was known as a some sort of a had a had like a meaning to it. I don't want to go too airy fairy because I'm a firm believer in science, but some sort of a spiritual or site, and I can understand why because it's for the flat part of Ireland, you've got a commanding view, and it's impressive, and it's just the mist, the way it rolls in, and it's just fantastic.
Well, they had didn't they have druids? Wouldn't
Hmm.
there have been Celtic druids? And
Sorry,
I mean, this would have
Druids.
been
Yep.
ceremonial.
Hmm. Thank you. Yeah, all the older practices. And then they've got a 5,000-year-old burial gateway uh, right there. That apparently is around 5,000 years old, and they call it a burial passageway, as if it's a passageway to another realm. And I don't know how many people are buried in there, but they've been buried in there for 5,000 years. I mean, um, that's unbelievable. And this is the scene, and you can see what we're looking at is two parallel ridges that are mounds, and they used to be a big gathering house. That those are the foundations for the walls of the gathering houses, and there's different buildings that have been constructed and long since gone to time, and this is apparently some sort of so, I thought originally it was for navigation, but it might be some sort of celestial thing that I'm not aware of. But apparently, it's also a coronation spot, and Saint Patrick came here in I want to say the Saint Patrick would have been the 15th century or the 5th. 15th century. Saint Patrick came to the site as well, or was it the 5th? Now I'm second guessing myself. St. Patrick has been here. That's the point. Doesn't matter. It's a long time ago. And who knows if we really have the dates right. And hey, look who's back. Snorta Poopus, hello. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, and hey, Rod Thunderheart. Thank you for being here. Oh, right. That's what I was going to do. I was going to adjust the microphone volume. Let's go. There we go. That should be better. That's at max. Thank you for that. And
Definitely,
welcome.
definitely better. Definitely better.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, sorry, Lemon Pie. Oh shit, Lemon Pie just had his volume at max. Oops. Boo! Sorry, Lemon. Now I'm being an asshole. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thank you. And not a demon. Yeah, the Picts are Scottish. You're right, Druids. Although, were there Picts? I'm sure there were Picts and Druids in both, because they fornicated with each other, if you know what I mean. And they navigated, too.
Oh, fornication. Yes, we like that
Mm-hmm.
word.
So, ooh, and Snortopoopus and Rod Thunderheart, just in case you missed it, I just wanted to show. Oops. I don't know what that means. We'd like to remove the cat. I don't know what that means. Okay, alright, we're not going back. Oh. Technical difficulties. Stop screen. We'll reboot that. Oh, okay, thank you. I'll pay attention to the private chat. Thank you.
It's all right.
Hey, Kronos. Welcome. Thanks, Kronos, and welcome. I'll eat the fucking mic. No, that's way better. Usually the problem is I'm too goddamn loud. Okay, so let's try that again. Let's reboot that and present. Ooh, and yeah, you know what? Let's share this. So here's the Hell of Tara, and oh, you can see those from the ground. And oh, here it is. Yeah, the Hill of Tara. And shout out to Heritage Ireland. You can go to their website, folks, heritageisland.ie, and the Hill of Tara. St. Patrick's himself was the 5th century. Wow, my second guess was correct. And it's known as the seat of the High Kings of Ireland. And all old Irish roads lead to the critical site. See? Knew it. All right, there you go.
I've got that pulled up for you if you like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, fantastic.
Do you want to go back to that photo for a second? The phallic, the giant phallic symbol.
Absolutely. As long as you don't contradict anything I said. No, I'm kidding. We are here for edgy, because I can't always go on memory. But I do a bit of research, and I think most things I got are no okay.
The tall
Let's
one.
try that. No, it was. You know what? It was my my software that just died. Okay. Let's try rebooting that. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Now I went through the process of rebooting my computer before the stream as usual, which helps folks if you want to do this sort of live stream thing. It usually prevents this sort of thing, but here we go. This should work. So yeah, that was okay. there's Snorty. I don't know, Rod, if in Snorty, if you saw that. That's the Guinness Brewery at St. James Gate in Dublin. There's Dublin Castle. There's Dublin. There's the Hill of Tara, a magical spiritual site, although I don't
This
believe in magic. Yes.
this thing this thing right here is called the Stone of Destiny.
Ooh.
Tem Temhar boy, Laifal, something like Laifal, they call it,
Ooh.
or the translation is the Stone of Destiny.
Holy shit.
Um, an ancient ceremonial burial site near Skyrne in County Meath, Ireland. A tradition identifies the hill as the inauguration place and seat of the High Kings of Ireland, and also appears in
Yes.
Irish mythology. The dates from the Neolithic to the Iron Age,
Yes. Yeah,
and
that's when this site really took off, was the Iron Age, apparently. And everyone does love a good phallic symbol, Carla.
includes also a
Hey,
passage tomb,
Munchie.
the passage tomb may be that other photo that you were showing.
Yep.
They call it the Mound of the Hostages, burial mounds, round enclosures, and a standing stone. So I guess all of that is part of the Hill of Tara here.
Yeah. Fantastic, folks. So, even if you're not an archaeologist, the views alone, or even if you just have an interest in history, or just seeing just touching really, really old shit. Thank you so much, man. Now I feel like I should be like throwing you some 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 cheddar for some some gifts or something for all the
No, no,
work
no,
you
no,
do
no,
over there.
no. Cheddar cheese
Um,
is fine, but that's it. Let's leave it. Let's cap it at the cheddar
I
cheese.
love cheddar cheese, man. I love all cheese, actually. If I had to choose
Can you,
between cheese and beer, I would choose cheese, 100%.
you can have cheese and beer at the same time. It's okay. It's legal.
Mm. Uh, do you mind reading this from DJ Odyssey, please?
Deej says, now that I have Kronos here, I can finally get some sleep before heading to the field again in the morning.
Hey, well, have a good sleep.
Spidey
See,
needs to be out at
a fire in the middle of winter. It's cold out there, man. I don't have my winter skin on yet. We're still getting 20 some degrees, like t-shirt weather in the daytime. So your skin actually thickens. If you're living in the northern hemisphere, your skin thickens in the northern climates. Literally, physiologically, you get toughened to the cold, and I am nowhere near yet that. I was in the river swimming just 2 days ago, and dunked my head. So no, no, no. I don't. I can't be outside at this time of night unless the fire's roaring. Maybe. Um. Oh, do you mind reading this from DJ Plain Ice, please?
DJ says several species of small furry animals gather together in a cave, grooving with a Pink Floyd. Yes, that's the song title.
Oh my God. That I believe him. I absolutely believe you. So here's some. So heading up along the coast of Ireland, headed north, and heading from Dublin, driving to Northern Ireland to Belfast, which, you gotta have your passports. They have a different currency, which I have somewhere.
I think
Yeah, I've shown it previously.
I think
But
I think
Northern
DJ's.
Ireland uses the euro, in fact.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're part of the UK, so
Hmm.
they're all
Until
using
they
the euro over there, right?
until they vote to exit,
Right.
Brexit or whatever.
I guess we
Hey,
call it I Rexit,
I exit.
because
Man,
it'd be Ireland
absolutely,
exiting, right? Um,
absolutely.
DJ was talking about. I wonder if DJ. I think he was referring to the. Was he referring to the Pink Floyd album Animals? This being the cover for that, or similar to the cover for that?
I I'm not I'm not well versed in Pink Floyd, sadly. Um,
I'm gonna take a quick
yeah,
look.
I mean, maybe, if I had been born maybe 5 years earlier. Guinness is a weak beer, Kronos. It's 4.2, or is it 4.0? Maybe 4.0.
Oh
or
no.
even
Yeah.
yeah, um, it is a weaker beer. In Canada, I think it's around 4.0. However, it is filling, my friend, and there are literal posters in Irish pubs in Ireland saying that you can literally live on the stuff. Like it's sustenance, and I swear there are Irish people that honestly believe that, and they might be right. Who am I to disagree?
Yeah, Guinness is like a meal, and that's what makes it great too. You can have
It
a
really does.
cheeseburger, or you can have a Guinness, and if you have a Guinness and a cheeseburger, that's like a whole day's worth of food right there. And
See,
or you can have two Guinnesses,
yes,
or three Guinnesses and a cheeseburger, and that's okay.
not seven in an hour and a half or 2 hours. Let me tell you, that was a bad idea. Kronos, you know what? I kind of agree. It wasn't super phallic. I mean, there wasn't a bulbous head. I mean, if I had a penis look like that, I would be going to the doctor. That's a good point. Carla has a dirty mind. Noted. Okay. We love you, Carla. Sorry. Both can be true. Another indie movie. Oh no, I don't know what
Oh, I,
that.
I think he's referring to this show.
Oh,
I think he showed up and he said, "Oh, we have another indie movie." Yes, Kronos. This is an indie movie.
mm-hmm.
Always on the Canadian Spider-Man
Farmers
show. Is it?
actually rock. You're, you know what? Okay, so the kitchen party. The reason why we started late because we had a kitchen party and there was a farmer, uh, one of my favorite redheaded farmers, here in the kitchen, and I was trying to get some beef liver off him. So, if he's listening, I could use some beef liver. Organic, fantastic stuff. Not that they're like hippy dippy trying to be organic. They just are. They just the cows eat grass. It's not a fucking miracle. Anywho, babbling. Talk Ireland, folks. Yeah. So this is beautiful, beautiful Irish coastline up in along Northern Ireland. So I believe this is in Northern Ireland now. Um, and yeah, the beautiful inlets and a lot of fog and mist. And crossing the border into Northern Ireland wasn't. I mean, there was a border, but I don't recall having to get out and show papers or anything like that. I think we just stayed on the bus, and if there was a check stop, it was minimal, if any. But just gorgeous, gorgeous scenery, folks. And really old, like even the wall, like there was no sign on this wall. If this wall was in Canada, we'd have like a heritage sign on it because it's probably 200 and some years old. You know, there's a little rental car with the steering wheel on the wrong damn side of the car, but because I had spent a lot of time in Australia previously driving, it wasn't I was the designated damn driver, and so yeah, I behaved myself, and thus I remember most of the trip, which is also good. Got to give some credit where credit is due. Yeah, Kronos family farmers actually do rock, and I think we're about to have to go to war for them. I have a feeling I've heard recently that the new Canadian bill C63 or C263, no, C63. Yeah, it's a basically giving control over to the WHO in case of pandemics or emergencies, and there's a land expropriation clause in that bill, and that is what does that have to do with a pandemic? It's very sneaky shit. But anyway, hey Rod, glad to have you here, buddy. Thanks for being here. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anyone's chat. But yeah, like the roads, as you can see, are narrow. That's a two-lane road. Uma Guma? Is that an album name from Pink Floyd, DJ? Or are you into
Yes,
the
it
heavy
is.
whiskey? Which is
It
fine.
yeah,
You
it,
babble
it
on,
is.
my friend.
He's
Ooh,
I've got that pulled up here.
that's not good.
Anyway, I'll keep an eye on that.
Uh, U.S. having its extreme poverty, cost of living crisis, cost for Africans. Yeah, it's the same in China, hey? Yeah, China and U.S. Although it's worse in China. China has even more poverty, and they've actually started deflation now in China. So that is not fucking good. Not good. and plus they have all that tofu drag construction, which is really biting their infrastructure with the corruption, of course. But anyway, let's talk Ireland. Yeah, there's nothing. Ooh, redheaded farmers. No, it was a male. It was a dude. It was definitely a 6 foot tall dude. Um, and he does not swing. His girlfriend's lovely though. If you're watching, hey, nice to have you both. Definitely a dude. I mean, but nice dude. You'd have a great time at a party. Definitely. Do you mind reading this so I can focus on the pictures and stop babbling, please?
Chrono DJ Play says, Kronos, I was a huge fan when in junior high school. The album Dark Side of the Moon is a gateway drug for Pink Floyd's catalog. Every generation needs to discover it. Wish You Were Here and Animals are faves. And I would totally agree with that entire statement. Yeah, these are quintessential albums for anyone who claims to love rock and roll, psychedelic
Yep.
rock,
Yep.
70s rock, classic rock, all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
Music just in general. Those are quintessential albums.
Northern Ireland, folks. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I have heard parts of the album, but I haven't heard all of Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, all right. We'll get back to Belfast. We'll go around to Belfast, but this is the Giant's Causeway, and the glens, which are, as you can see, are little coves filled with rock formations and mist and lots of green and beautiful ocean. And so
That's
the
what.
Giants. Sorry.
That's wild. The mist that we've been seeing is just wild.
Yeah,
Picture
yeah.
after photo, you've got this mist in here, and it really is it's a very cool and eerie feeling. I mean, this is obviously this is fairly prominent, or at least it was at the time that you were there.
Yes, and it was unusually warm, which was actually quite nice.
Huh.
Um, and yeah, lemon pie. I would have needed a designated Guinness driver. That would have been lovely. Yeah. Well, no, that's what it was. Yeah. Um, Even in fact, that DJ rocks. Annoy him all the time. He does. DJ friggin' rocks. Dinky farmer. Well, I like farming dinky toys. Man, my childhood was dinky toys. DJ agreed about Pink Floyd. Yeah. Yep. I think you mean agree about Pink Floyd, but yes. Dark Side never didn't listen. Yeah, I never. I don't know. Maybe if I had done acid, probably. Although I did mushrooms, done lots of mushrooms. But usually when I do mushrooms, I don't sit around. I head outside into nature.
You know the thing to do with those albums,
Definitely,
especially if you
DJ.
if you
So
especially
sorry. Yes.
since you haven't really had an experience with, the thing to do is get yourself into a good mindset, something where you can really space out whatever
Mm-hmm.
that is for you, Spidey, and then get some headphones and get either a CD or the vinyl, whatever you like, and just sit down and relax and put the headphones on, turn off the phone, and listen to that, and just close your eyes, and you will have a whole new experience.
Wow.
That album will blow your mind. You will come out a different person.
All right. I believe you. That's. I would need. I would need some time to get in the right frame of mind, but yeah, absolutely. So this is the Giants Causeway. So allegedly, the Giants built a walkway with all these stones, a stone pathway out into the ocean, and they do look like I mean they're perfectly kind of squared off stones. Now it's a geological formation, and it's caused by just usual geological fracturing, heat, cold, seismic shifts, the usual stuff. And there's a lot of information there explaining it, but it was just a very cool stop up in Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland is not all bullets. And oh, and in these tide pools, there's some really interesting and cool starfish type things, and also some uh, just some really interesting little crabs and other little shellfish. So that was interesting too if you're into nature of Northern Ireland, which I love nature, friggin' love it. Most of it's delicious.
That whole pathway reminds me of the passage the path that was built by V'ger coming out of the Enterprise in Star Trek: The Motion Picture at the end of
Okay,
the show. It looks
holy
like the
shit.
V'ger built a pathway inside the clouds that so that the and of course a an atmospheric bubble so that the crew could come out on top of the Enterprise and walk down
Right.
the pathway to V'ger. It looks
Yep.
just like that. That's really cool.
Holy shit. That's what Kronos said.
Yeah, there it is. Right, looks like Star Trek One motion picture.
Yeah, no kidding.
You wonder if they
Yeah.
got if they got the inspiration of that pattern from this, or if this is a naturally occurring phenomenon in other parts of the world.
I bet you it is. I bet you it is. I haven't seen it, but there's a lot more of the world that I haven't seen. Okay, and so this is typical. We stopped at a pub in Sligo or Sligo. I think you pronounce it Sligo, Sligo. Also, a couple of it was hard to get accommodation near the Giant's Causeway. There was nothing nearby, and so we actually ended up sleeping in that car in the hatchback, which fortunately the myself and the Asian girl had no problems. Um, but yeah, we managed to do it and survive. But we did manage to find some delicious food at a pub. And so there you've got the traditional Irish potatoes and beef and soups and the hearty vegetable soups. And just fantastic. Yeah, it was really good. I must say, the food in Ireland was I wasn't I didn't have any real high expectations, but it was really good. And in Northern Ireland, friggin' shellfish right out of the sea. I mean, man, I tell you, I did not expect that. But of course, because it shares the same water, the Atlantic Ocean, and it's about the same latitude as where I'm from, New Brunswick, and this is part of my hometown in New Brunswick. So that seafood was friggin' awesome. And oh, okay, throw some music at me. All right, Kronos, you got it. We will do it. And
You know,
DJ
speaking of,
Play Nice can help you there for sure.
the chat's been going on about the Pink Floyd album Detour, which is pretty
Uh
cool.
huh.
It does remind me of other music though of Ireland, which I'm ashamed that I didn't even come up with right away. One of my favorite artists is Enya, and
Yes.
she came
Right.
from her
Yes.
family band Clannad, who
Yep.
people may not know the names of those, but I guarantee you, I could pull out a
That.
few songs from both of those bands, and
Uh
you would know
huh.
right away
Well,
their
and that
music.
music was used as a soundtrack
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Robin Hood,
yes.
the BBC show.
The
Who is
Clannad did
shellfish?
that. Yeah.
Like the clams and the little mussels and by absolutely Roger Waters had a lot of that in him to share through the music for us. That is awesome, DJ. Thank you. Thanks for that. And just everywhere you go along the coast of Ireland, you just see incredible rock formations. Um, I'm sure that that a lot of this stuff was quite old. And um, this is live Irish music, which was fantastic. If you get a chance, drop into any pub, and guaranteed, more often than not, they'll have live Irish music, and it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
I might even have a clip of that somewhere. This is McDermott's pub in Doolin, in Western Ireland, and the cliffs of Moher are there so in sort of the northern Western Ireland, yeah, Midwest Ireland, and I do have a clip. If you want to hear what they sound like, do you want to hear what they sound like for real?
Absolutely.
All right, let's hear what they actually sound like. If I can pull off this. Okay, hang on. All right, stop. Up. All right, and this was a public performance. So I don't want to play too much, but this was a public performance. And let's see if we can play a little bit of it without getting into too much trouble. I think if we talk over, hey, can we talk over it while it plays in the background in little bits, maybe?
Yeah, probably. I guess. Does it work that way?
Yeah, I have no fucking idea. But you know what, folks?
Let's try
If
it.
they pull this stream down afterwards, let the cards friggin' lay where they lay. We'll see what happens. You know, let me see if I can pull this off. Stop that, and then I'll try and share the video. Yeah, okay, here we go. Share that. Yeah. Could you hear that? Okay.
I did not. I heard nothing. I heard nothing.
Really? I wonder if the audience could hear that. Huh. Oh, you know what? Because you can't. Oh. Okay. I think maybe I have to do it another way. Yeah, that's okay. I think I can do that. I think I can do that. Let's stop that. And go there. There. How about that?
Yeah,
Did you
that
hear
worked.
that?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
heard that for
I
sure.
think
A
that
bit
was short
loud.
enough. We won't get in trouble. Was that a bit loud?
That's okay. I didn't know if you're going to keep playing it, but if you do, don't turn it down a little bit.
Um,
It's just it's
oh,
Irish traditional music. How can they? How can they? It's not copywritten. How could it be?
yeah.
I mean, music in the United States is not copywritten after that loses its copyright after something like 100 years or something like that.
But you know what happens in YouTube is some nut bars go and I'm sure there's some bots, possibly Chinese bots, go online, find music that's not copyrighted anywhere else. They lay claim to it, even if no, it's not theirs. YouTube doesn't argue, and then they claim it, and then they every time it's played, they get money, and they claim you, and they strike you for it. Isn't that nuts?
The
I
world sucks
just learned
today.
that like this last couple of months. I didn't explain that very well, but do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we got it. Does it
Yeah.
affect you though? I mean, your
Oh
channel
hell
does
no.
it as it was it affect your channel? Okay. Well, I'll leave it up
Oh,
to
it
you
doesn't
to
affect.
decide how
No,
to.
no.
Yeah.
If they claim it, I just yeah
Flip.
pull the
You
music, and
you
so no
you
problem.
do you
But yeah,
send them the maybe the middle finger emoji? Can you do that?
that's right. Free bar. I'm due. What? Thought. Oh shit. Sorry. Ooh. There we go. There was that one Enya song. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, and yes, I love scallops too, Carla Burton. Absolutely. And the shellfish. Oh man, the shellfish was good. Clanad. Yeah, there you go. DJ Play Nice. Thank you. Sorry. Yep, and that Anya hit
70.
was absolutely. And William Shakespeare, you are you giving away free tacos? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so we had to. It's Thursday night. We were going to open the bar. I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to do it silently. So maybe that's a little bit later.
Okay.
Free
I
Guinness is
love it,
flowing. Oh, screw it. We'll do it right
man.
now.
Man, I like your attitude. Okay, let's share the screen and get back to the freaking photos. There we go, and share. So yeah, that's what those guys sounded like, folks. And it was a pleasure. You know what? We were only supposed to stay in Doolin in Western Ireland for one night, and I convinced my party to stay there 3 nights because we stayed there's only one inn with and the pub that then and we stayed there. McDermott's was the pub, and there was a little inn next door, around the corner, and and the vibe was just incredible. It was just authentic. Or it was back then the Irish country vibe and just fantastic Irish pub music. And 70 years after artist composer is dead, DJ Play Nice says, "Wow,
Yeah, I made a statement about it being something like 100. I didn't know what the number was, so DJ's
uh,
clarified it's 70 years. So We
Oh,
can go
they're
and
all
play all the
spicy. Lemon.
always.
Uh, do you mind reading this from DJ Play Nice, please? And I'll continue with the.
A DJ says renewals are how they extend it, and it can do so perpetually. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
So,
That's interesting. Free Guinness is now flowing. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay,
Had
so
to.
this before anyone freaks out, this is imitation giant head. Not a real. It's a decoration for the garden, but I just thought the view was fantastic. This is Western Ireland, folks, and again in Doolin, and there are the cliffs of Moher, Western Ireland, folks.
Wow, that's cool. Is that a fort at the very end or just another cliff?
More cliffs and I couldn't see. No, I think it was if anything, maybe a little observation hut, but no fortifications that I could see at all. Because there was no one, like, it's not like Canada was going to come over and attack them. Maybe you guys would. You conquering bastards try to capture us. Did you catch the Irish flu, i.e., hangover? No, because I had to drive. Oh, hey, Eugene Bird. Hey, welcome. Thanks for being here. I know you were here a lot earlier. And do you mind reading this while I continue with the photos, please, of the
Oh,
cliffs of Moher in one of the most amazing things in Western Australia, folks. Doolin, the little town of Doolin. I hope it hasn't gotten bigger.
PvP just arrived and he says, well, seems NDP and Bloc are propping up the Liberals again. So much for
Hmm.
NDP, tearing up the agreement with the Liberals. All lies.
He's been watching the parliamentary channel as well. You're right, PvP. Absolutely, that's what happened. And we knew it would. Hey, Rod Thunder, it says love to stick around, but way past bedtime. Of course, Rod, you got responsible stuff to do. Thanks for being here, Rod. And yeah, that was an imitation Easter Island head. I didn't want to spread misinformation or disinformation. I think Trudeau can send me to jail for that. Awesome.
You
Hey,
could
Charlie
send
Burton. It is
you should send
amazing.
him to jail for it.
No, you're right. Night, Rod. Have a good night. R.I.P. Lemon. Yes, R.I.P. Lemon. What? Jack
Is
Lemon?
Lemon taken off?
No,
Oh,
Jack Lemon.
oh,
I don't know. No, he was probably getting a rise out of lemon pie.
oh, yeah, right.
He's being a
Got it.
goofball because Kronos is. I was, yeah, Kronos, you've been a little calm lately, man. I'm a little. Well, I'm not sure how you identify, but probably as a cyborg robot from the future.
Oh,
Oh God.
that's from the black hole.
Oh my
That's
God. It
Maximilian.
is.
That's the
Holy
evil robot
shit.
Maximilian from the black hole. Yes,
It
sir.
sure is. That was one
It's
of the very first movies I watched as a kid, and I loved it.
that shot is from one of the ending scenes where he's standing on top of a volcano or something like that, and the
Wow.
universe is collapsing around everyone, and they've gone through the black hole, or they're going to go through the black hole. Fantastic film.
Something about the songs from the late 70s, maybe early 80s, that changes things. I'm unclear from there. Yeah, I have the same sentiment there. And do you mind reading this from Lemon?
Lemon says, "I think Spidey got a hangover there, and still has it, and that's why he's whispering. Gotta keep it quiet."
Yeah, no, but there's other people in the house. Uh, yeah, no, this was fantastic, and I don't know, like I figured that was at least 300 feet, William, but I'm not a geologist, but I didn't want to fall off. And there was sort of it's like a little, almost a building that was storage, if anything,
Yeah, that
storage
how
and
tall
a
was
bit
that?
of a lookout. Yeah.
That
Okay,
looks a lot
so
looks a lot taller than 300 feet.
okay,
That
yeah,
little building
okay,
makes
I'm
it
not
look
in.
pretty damned pretty. That little building it probably is what 50 feet high.
Oh no, 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 no,
No,
30,
was it tiny?
30,
30.
30.
Okay, so this is 300 feet. Well, I mean, it doesn't look like see the
I
bottom
don't
of
know,
it.
400, 400.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Um, and it was. Did I mention it was windy? Really windy. And now, if you go there, uh, there are fences. There's fences there. This is no longer like that. There are fences there now,
Darn.
but people have been blown off the cliffs because it is windy there. And I'll be damned if I don't have a. You were able to hear the music from the band, right? Um,
Yes. Yep.
okay, I've got a video that you can hear the wind from the cliffs of Moher if you're interested in hearing that.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Um, and chat, if you don't want to see the videos, just let me know and I'll ignore you. I'm kidding, mostly. Uh, yeah, okay. I have to share my whole screen. But yeah, it's crazy. Um, it was windy, but I mean, you don't be an idiot, I guess. You mitigate the risks, but if you might not be like in the best of health, maybe it would be more difficult. But oh, hey, hello, welcome, and sorry, second part of the climate tax coming to drive out our gas prices up again. No rebates this time. Well, British Columbians and Quebecers have never been getting the rebates. I just learned today, and that's why I guess I haven't been getting friggin' checks in the mail. Yeah, I don't because our provinces have different agreements. Yeah, it's terrible, PvP. I know. And yeah, good night, Rod. Bedtime is your own time. It is, especially if you don't have to work early tomorrow, which I do not. All right, awesome, Rod. Good to know. Yes, lemon pie is not. No, he was pulling your leg, I think, Lemon. It's disinformation. It's information and it's too late. That's exactly it. Oh, hey. Welcome, Sean Carter. Do you mind reading this from our friend Sean Carter while I queue up this video, please?
Sean has arrived and says, "Hey all, just ended my tiny little gameplay stream and thought I'd drop in and say hello."
Thank you for being here, Sean. Uh, all right, let's see how it is in the cliffs of Moher. And I took this video, so there should be no problem in doing this. There we go. Could you hear that?
No, no audio on that one.
Really? Damn. Hmm. But did you get the view at least?
Yes.
Alrighty. That's close enough. Yeah. You know what? It was so low. I bet you it was there, and perhaps the volume didn't pick it up.
Hmm.
Uh,
Looked
yeah,
like it might have just been wind.
you're not as provocative, shall I say, in the chat, but it's good to have you here. The Black Hole was a fantastic movie, Sean. Absolutely. And so let's throw those up again. There we go. That was an incredible day. It was just amazing. I mean, yeah, maybe that is more than 300 feet. Maybe that's like a lot more than I can jump. Yeah, the
It looks
cliffs of
pretty
Moher.
far.
And I'd never heard of them before then.
You don't happen to
Before
see people cliff diving off of there, do you?
being in Ireland. No, no. And okay, so check and not only the animals, but check out the stone wall behind
Yeah.
as the deterrent from scaling them. I guess that's fantastic. And again, I don't
That,
know how old that is, but I bet it's pretty old.
that right there would make a great album art cover.
Yeah, well,
This photo is copyright Canadian Spider-Man, all rights reserved, 2024.
That's right.
Y'all recognize?
That,
If you,
yeah,
for further inquiries, contact his lawyer. Thank you.
yeah, or my accountant.
Him too.
Yeah, actually, I'll tell you a secret. But yeah, I'm starting an accounting course this coming Wednesday, I think it is.
Wow.
Yeah, through the local college. So yeah, gonna learn how
Nice.
to do basic accounting. So I mean, I've always been good with numbers. I've always liked them, and I can't do construction and mechanical maintenance stuff forever. You know. Sean Carter, glad to have you here. Thanks for dropping in, man. We are looking at pictures of Western Ireland right now. Okay, and fantastic castles. Um, and again, I mean, this is centuries old. If this was in Canada, it would be the oldest building in Canada. You know, and just amazing inside. Now that is, I believe, this is the interior of Bunratty Castle, and Bunratty Castle is where you can have a medieval dinner theater, and it's in period
Oh.
costume.
Oh, hell
And
yes.
and
That's what we're
oh,
talking about.
and
I
this
need to know more about this.
I've got more photos of that later, and a video. I do have a video of that too. Okay, and now this is going even further back in time. This is a what not Iron Age, but newer than Stone Age. A little village that, and again, history is something I'm fascinated in, and just a lot of the really old construction, you know. And there were very primitive people that lived in Ireland. Ireland has been occupied for a very, very long time, as you know, and yeah, they've got this village set up that you can go and just explore and see how they used to live in very primitive times. But yeah, sorry, this is Bunratty Castle. This one right here. And this is these are people going in for the dinner theater, and this was not too expensive. I think it was like £30 each or something, which was well worth it because I ate so much food, and it included mead. And for those in the audience, William, do you mind telling them what mead is if they don't know?
Uh, well, it's an alcoholic beverage, and I'm trying to think. What is it made out of?
Ooh,
It's a light as from honey, right?
yes,
And it's light.
yes.
It's not very alcoholic, is it? Or what would you say?
No, no,
Like
no. It
four
was.
four percent, 3-4%? Is that about right?
I think that for something this stuff was, yeah, yeah. Ooh, chocolate chip and milk. Ooh, chocolate chip cookies and milk. Good plan. See, I'd like to do that, but then I won't fit in the Spidey suits. Not at my age, anyway. Shit. Love black hole. Uh, hey, you know
So
what? We'll talk about movies. Absolutely, another stream. That is fantastic. I'd love to do just a stream on the black hole and maybe a couple of other similar type movies like that.
so
Hey,
the
Miss Katana.
foods
And Sean, you're welcome to join. Absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
the food, Spidey, was it
VP is sent.
per, was it period
Period
food? Was
food.
it period food?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I got distracted. Yes. Period costume, period music, period games, and so this was from the 15th century, I think. Okay, with there you go, the harps and the medieval music, and let me share this. Well, no, you know what, we'll go through another couple pictures. No, no, that's different. That's different. Okay, let me share with you. Um,
I had to get on my period costume for the show.
Let me share this because I'll share a tab from that very castle itself. There we go. Share that. And this is the Bunratty Castle tab. Can you see that?
Yes. Oh, there it is. Bunratty.
Okay, so this is their, and I encourage everyone, if you're going to Ireland, I highly recommend, this is their website, okay?
Oh, nice.
And they're all in period costume, speaking with the medieval, uh, uh,
Like a dialect
yep,
of
exactly, yep,
English, or I suppose they're going to be speaking English, but
yep.
in a
And
heavy accent of some kind.
and we had to eat with our hands because they didn't have
Yes,
utensils. They didn't use utensils back then.
that's right. Only the nobility had
Yeah.
utensils. Everybody
Can you
else,
read?
go ahead.
Can you read? Sorry, can you read? Uh, or is that too small for you? The
No,
menu.
yeah. Oh, let's see. Bunratty Mead. Was that
Mm.
unlimited, by the way? Was it just keep on drinking,
No,
or did
I
they pour
wish.
you a little
No,
tiny shot
then they'd
glass
be
and say,
liable for us. Yeah.
ah, damn it. Let's see. Spiced parsnip soup served with an Irish soda bread. World famous Bunratty spare ribs with honey and whiskey sauce. Ooh,
Oh man, they were
yeah,
so good with our hands. It was so
yeah.
messy.
Pan fried supreme of chicken, fresh garden vegetables, baby roast
Local.
potato, and bordelaise sauce. Local
Hmm.
vegetables, locally grown vegetables. You say?
Yep. Yep. That's right. Yeah.
And
It
then
was agricultural land around too.
this last piece looks certainly as the dessert rastin, Bramley apple and cinnamon crunch served with chantilly cream and fresh brewed coffee and tea.
And don't bother reading the
Very
rest.
nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So there you go. I highly recommend it, folks. Um, Established in 1963. So there you go. We'll stop sharing that. So a shout out to them. A shout out to Bunratty Castle and medieval, and I believe,
No,
I think they've had 3 million visitors. If I because I was reading, I was trying to study up for the stream, and I found their website, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind the promotion. I highly recommend them, and I'm not getting paid by them. I just had a great time there, and I just want to share that with others.
oh
And
yeah.
I'm sure there's other castles. No offense to other castles that are maybe doing the same thing, but they've had 3 million visitors, so I think they're one of the biggest.
This castle is from the 15th century. It's
Yeah,
uh it's a 15th century tower house, they call it. Restored in
yeah,
1956.
it was fantastic. Yeah, and good night, Sean Carter. Yeah, good night to you, Sean. Yeah, that was fantastic. Okay, so all right,
Yeah, that is
stop.
fantastic. That's the kind of thing that I want to go see when I get over there, is stuff like that. I want to do the pub hopping. I've heard, like you say, I've heard you can just walk around and find a pub on any given night with live music, live local traditional music, just walking on around. There's
Well,
always
they
something
a lot of
around.
them shut down at like early too, though. So you got to do that earlier in the evening. But that
Oh,
is
okay.
absolutely true.
That just sounds like that's so much culture and character of a culture like that. We don't have it in the United States, or our version
No,
of
nor
culture just isn't that rich. Not
no,
like that.
nor here either. And wait, I can share another short video of the countryside. Just I took a short video just around the Irish countryside up in the north there, and it was fantastic. Oh, Harry Potter tomorrow. Fantastic. All right, well, good night, PvP. Thanks for being here as well. Wow, mid September and advent calendars are out. Are you kidding? That's crazy, Carla. Shake Skeletor? I didn't notice that. That was awesome. Nice name adjustment. And do you mind reading this, please, for my friend Rod?
Rod says, "Yes, loved black hole. That shot of Maximilian is in the black hole as they left it, as they left the black hole." Right. I recall that at the end. Menacing shot of Maximilian, the robot. That's Kronos' robot, his avatar.
Oh yeah.
Is That's a very menacing shot of that robot as he stands atop a volcano or something like that. Is Everything is just, as I recall, everything is exploding around him.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I don't
It's
remember
it's
that.
it's like a vision of hell or something like that. That's what I recall. It's been a while since I've seen it, but that's what sticks out in my
Okay.
mind is like this vision of hell with this Maximilian
Yeah.
robot
Yeah.
standing on top of the mountain, uh,
No, that's fantastic.
as the devil itself, essentially.
I you know what? I've got to watch that movie again soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
dark. It's very good.
All right, there we go. I've got. Let's grab that, and let's see the Irish countryside. If you're keen to do that, let's make it big, and hopefully you can hear it this time. I've turned up the volume. Let's see if we can hear it. Yeah, there you go. Could you hear that
Did,
volume at
did,
all?
I heard nothing. Did you hear it?
I did, yeah. Weird. Okay. Well, I'll try a different way. Yeah, hopefully with the volume better that time. Yeah, but you got the view, so
Yeah.
you got the 360 view. Oh, good to see you, Sean Carter, man. Yeah, shout out to Pop. Yeah, yes, absolutely. You know what? I'm going to have this drink to Pop right now. Absolutely, and Bird of Prey as well. They both come to mind. Clobby, all of our friends that have passed. Yes, definitely. Okay, let's can it with the videos until I can sort that out. So let's get straight back to the pictures because I've got some pretty darn good ones. Start right where we left off. Right. Ooh, right there. Here's some more. Right where we left off there in Western Ireland. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Here we go. Now, again, Western Ireland. I'll start with another batch of from my one of my very favorite spots in all of Ireland, Doolin. And this is, I mean, idyllic, however you want to pronounce that. Just an idyllic country Western Irish town. Just gorgeous. Stayed right there at
Nice.
stayed at that inn right there, and the pub with the live music was just incredible. Really welcoming, fantastic scenery. And there it is right there. McDermott's
Oh,
Irish Pub in Doolin. And
that's
while I was there, um, and just for a second, while I was there, of course, I got the shirt, and I wear it every St. Patrick's Day, of course. Yeah, so love it. That was a fantastic. I mean, if you want to see a fantastic Irish pub, and hopefully it hasn't changed.
yeah. It's probably
And
been there for decades.
Chrono says, "Yeah, what a drop off." And yeah, good to see you again, Sean and Carla, of course.
So do they kind of roll up the sidewalks early at night in general, or can you are the if the music kind of stops early, do the bars stay open late?
I don't know. I think it turns into house parties, much like,
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, and this was a while ago. This would have been, you know, 15 years ago, so maybe it's changed then. But this is inside McDermott's pub, and yeah, so this is the town of Doolin, and that's the pub. And again, I'm not being endorsed. I'm not being compensated by them. They're not a sponsor of mine. I just really, I thought it was an authentic, fantastic. You know, I I didn't. Now there are tourist buses that roll through um, during the daytime, and it gets very touristy. But we stuck around during a slow period and in the evenings, and we thought it returned to normal, and so hopefully it still does. But this is all the signs they have to tell you which way to go to what attractions in Ireland at the because it's a crossroads, so to speak. It's a
Mm,
but inside the pub was just fantastic. I loved it in there. And look at these. I mean,
that's
I had
very
I
go
had
ahead.
never heard of these before. I'd never heard of these cliffs before. No, what do you mean recovering file?
It's very majestic.
Uh, yeah. Now we're gonna start that again. No, it's not letting me. Okay.
Did you ever feel like you could live there for a while?
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
The my traveling companions, because if I had been by myself, I would have stayed there for. I might still be there. You know. Um, do you mind reading this, please, while I pull that up again?
PvP says Sean Carter. He had a tough week. I sprained a muscle a week ago, and it's very painful. And he's getting back to
Ouch.
normal the last few days.
Oh man. I'm glad to hear you're getting back to normal. And oh, you get rebates with your GST rebates. Okay. I have no idea. And welcome and hello to Daniel's Hot Topics.
Daniel's hot
Hello.
topics.
Yeah, and good. Good to see you, Sean Carter. That is beautiful. And I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna reboot it again. There's some funny business going on here, but we'll see if we can reboot it again. And I have to. A couple of these photos are from my
The
my girlfriend at the time. So I'll give her credit. A couple of these are hers.
I don't want to derail you too much, Spidey, but just the photos we were going over. Lemon Pie is asking, was that Northern Ireland? The stuff that we were just looking at.
No, we went around from Northern Ireland, and this is Western Ireland right
So
now.
those
The
those
cliffs,
pubs, okay.
yeah, the cliffs of
And
Moher were
oh,
Western Ireland. Bunratty Castle is Western Ireland. Actually,
ah,
hey, look at this. Ooh, I meant to share this anyway. Ooh, look at this. Where is it? These guys. Okay, let's shout out to these guys. Can you see that?
yes. Oh,
Oh,
nice. The best
the
castles in Ireland. This is what I'm
yep.
talking about.
Yeah, I'm not sponsored by these guys, but the Irish Roadmap and this website shows you the best castles in Ireland, and um, it's just unbelievable. And I've got the map, and I'll show that uh, right here. So
You've
yeah,
uh,
this
you've got you've got one of the chats up on the screen.
shoot. Okay, yeah. Let me.
There you
There
go.
we go. Okay, yeah. So and let me see if getting rid of us makes a difference. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is from that website, folks, and I big shout out to them, Irish Road Trip, And so this uh, shows. Oh, it won't let me. There we go. This shows you the fantastic castles in Ireland, and if you see, there's Dublin Castle that we saw earlier, right on the right hand side, about in the middle, and then continuing down on the left now with a bit of yellow in the picture. That's Bunratty Castle in Western, uh, and then later we're going to go and see the Rock of Cashel, which is right sort of in the 5 o'clock position of Ireland there, and then. Yeah, so there you go. I highly recommend this website if you want to plan plan a trip around Ireland. So yeah, back to the photos. Um, were you able to
What?
was that too fast, or were you able to see that?
Yeah, no, I think we got a good look at it. What was the name of that website again?
It was uh, irishroadtrip.com.
Irish.
Yeah, let me pull it up to. Yep, here we go. Uh, theirishroadtrip.com.
Ah,
Yep. Shout out to those guys. Again, I'm not affiliated with them at all. But yeah, hey, and I want to say hello. Wes Cagle just entered the chat, so good to see you. Uh, thanks for being here, Wes Cagle. Let's grab him. Holy shit, I'm not keeping up with the chat. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Wes Cagle. Yeah, fantastic. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, again, they're not endorsing me, but I highly recommend them. And I'm sure there are, if not that pub, there are a lot of other pubs just like it. DJ Play Nice. Do you mind reading this from DJ Play Nice while I continue with the pictures?
DJ Play Nice asks, "Hey Spider-Man, what do you think about doing a show or two on the souvenirs you've collected?" Yeah, that'd take a good couple shows, I bet.
Oh my, I'd need time to prepare, but Reagan, yeah, absolutely, my friend, 100%. Wow, I didn't even think of that. I thought, who the hell wants to see that? But yeah, I've got some pretty cool stuff, man. And I try to show my family, and they just like get glossy, blurry eyed.
Yeah, it seems
I'm
like a cool
addicted to
idea, right?
travel. Thank you for that's a great idea. And I know I skipped over some chats. I will go back up, but I want to focus on the. I don't want to get distracted. Yeah, the cliffs of Moher, folks.
Like the
Yeah,
grass on top of that looks really nice.
yeah. Now there's fencing up. I'm told.
Ah, I
I
know,
haven't
what a
been there
crime.
since, but
That
now there's
sucks.
fencing up. Yeah. See, again, I was able to go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa before they had fencing and supports up. But apparently they've taken them down now. Apparently,
I hope
um,
so.
they were doing more damage than good. They found out. Yeah. So and just a
Just
typical Western country Irish road, man. All right. So let's
it's
see.
cool.
No, that was we did show some Northern Ireland, but this is all the Giant's Causeway with the cube-like steps was Northern Ireland, and um, I've got some Belfast pictures coming up, and yeah, good night, Sean Carter. Skull, yes, Kronos again, yeah, to fallen friends. Oh, and I'll put us back up. Well, I don't know, shoot, it's probably nicer to look at the pictures. I don't know. Tell me what you want, chat, and if you want to see us or if you want to see the pictures. But yeah, and again, this is I have no idea what castle this is. It's just something in the countryside, just one of many. It could be a farmhouse. Who knows? Fantastic.
I'd like to look and see if this Irish road trip site talks about castles that you could stay at overnight. That would be super
It,
cool.
yep, it would be. And this again, just fantastic interior. Ah, we're gonna freeze again. Lovely. That's not frustrating at all. Shit. Okay, let's get back to. I don't want to ignore people in the chat either. While I take While I take care of that, Sean Carter, before he goes to bed, says you can all tell when I'm on my PC. I can add people much easier than on the phone. No kidding, because it automatically comes up on the PC. It does not come up on the. Oh, what are you putting up there, Wes Cagle? I mean, I trust you, but
It's oh, that's different.
mm, well, between work and YouTube, trying to catch up on real life stuff, it is hard. PvP, no kidding. Looks like something from Jurassic Park. Those cliffs, it really did. It really did. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's the cliffs of Moher in Western Ireland, about halfway up. Yeah. So good to see you. Okay, and let's get back down. Lemon Pie Carter is smarter farter. Okay. Don't know what that means. Canadian cheated. There's no cheating, allegedly. Still hoping Lost in Space review. Oh, bring back Lost in Space reviews eventually if I can figure out live streaming. That's a great idea, PvP. Now, I do have a lawyer. He's my dad. Unfortunately, he's the kind that puts you in jail, so that did not help anything at all. Just remember, debits always equal credits. I tell my bank that. We'll talk
Yeah,
more
this
about
is
that, Sean. It's not secret anymore. Shh.
that's your accounting gig. It's not a secret anymore. We've told the world.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I guess so. Uh, yeah, no, they do. Jill, Gorilla and Jill streaming together. I can't say enough good things about both of those people. I highly recommend their streams. Highly entertaining. All right, William. I think I'm gonna be able to pull up some more here. Yeah. Ooh, got it. And then, I think I know where that is. Okay, good. Um, let's go here. Pull that up. And I think that might work this time. You've got a bit of background noise, William, there.
Second.
Yep. Oh, that's much better. Thank you. All right. There we go. And let's share the pictures. Bingo. Here we go from Limerick. CPA. No, I don't know about the degree there, Eugene Bird. And Limerick itself, I could only find this one picture of Limerick. But I did, fortunately, it has a sign in it. And that is a little waterway going into the town of Limerick. And the next place, you might recognize, this is the town of Tipperary. They say it's a long way to Tipperary, but compared to North American standards, not so much. Not so much, but it was cool. A Tipperary curtain shop. I needed proof that I was actually in Tipperary, so
Mm.
there you go.
Hand
Yeah,
stitched curtains. Looks like
yeah, yeah.
handmade curtains.
Mm. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
getting them from China, get them from Tipperary.
Right. There
That'd
you
be
go.
pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. I'm impressed that they are able to have a business with just curtains, but there you go. Tipperary.
Probably not cheap.
No, probably not, but I mean, you get to tell people, hey, I have curtains. Where were they made?
Hell,
Tipperary.
hell, absolutely. They probably look awesome too.
Castle Anthrax. No, Kronos, I don't think so. But I do have a good, famous, well-known castle coming up. This one, and I gave you a heads up on this castle. Do you remember the name of this castle, William?
It is. Oh, is this Rock of Cashel?
Yes, the Rock of Cashel. Is now we're around. So Tipperary's in the center south, and Limerick as well. Uh, if my photos are in the order that they're supposed to be in, and then the Rock of Cashel is a castle. Um, Yeah, on the west part of. And do you guys want to see the pictures, or do you want us up beside it? Oh, lapel mic might be easier. Maybe Carla. Maybe, or I could get a new mic too. Yeah, that might be a good idea. There once was a man from Calcutta. No, it's Tipperary. Do that matching carpet though. You know what? I think the guy next door maybe had a carpet gig going. Picture EF. I don't know what that means. But do you want plus your ES? Do you want us in the pictures, or do you want to
I
just look at
think
the pictures?
I think Kronos was saying he's sick and tired of seeing our ugly faces,
Okay, good.
or at least mine. Maybe not
Okay.
yours.
I saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I didn't, they put a fence up. They did, and then for a few years, and they tried to do some drilling and pilings underneath, and they ended up making it worse. I was watching a documentary on it, and now apparently, yeah, there's no more fencing, which is good. They've managed to stabilize it. Hey, DJ, good to see you. I was wondering if Ollie Orange in the pub was making a statement. Huh? It was a ready orange lemon pie, but in Ireland, you never know. It could be
Oh,
a political statement, perhaps. So they had a little museum in
this would be
in the
for
Rock
the
of Cashel.
this would be for the mating ritual, right? This is how you find your woman.
And I think this was money used at
Whoa,
at the time. Yeah.
bronze rings or ring money.
Yeah,
How
yeah, I
about that?
believe I
Wow.
believe so. And if
Yeah,
anyone,
it says
yeah,
that
because it's, yeah, I
ring
mean, or
money.
or, or weights, they're quite weighty. So, um, and yeah, just imagine the decoration just to put faces on the edge of your ceiling beams like that. And if these also had another use, folks, please let me know. But yeah, just very ornate, just incredible. And of course, with the religious overtones there. Oh, thanks, Wes Cagle. Thanks for that. Pictures, DJ says. Those aren't rings; they're stale Fruit Loops. Good. Death by snowshoe with a cudgel. Hell's no. That'd be bad. All right, let's moving on. Oh, damn it. Okay, you know what? I bet you it's a StreamYards thing. I don't think it's my software at all. It's a StreamYards thing. So every time I switch between the chat and pictures, it does that. So let's go through
Hmm.
the chat, and then let's get back to the pictures. Those aren't rings, they're stale Fruit Loops. Okay, did we miss anyone? No sound. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I mean, come on. You have Maximilian Schnell, Anthony Perkins, Slim Pickens. Slim Pickens? Really?
Yeah,
Roddy
yeah,
McDowell and Ernest Borgnine? How can
yeah,
it not be good? Those people are not all in that movie.
yeah. They are all of them. It's a stellar cast.
Wow.
Yeah,
And yeah,
and
you were
it's made by
9 and
Disney.
Maximilian scared the shit out of you, DJ. No kidding.
It was Disney's first PG movie ever.
Wow.
1978, I want to say.
Far less.
Anyway,
Ooh. DJ Play Nice. Do you mind reading this from DJ Play Nice?
a far less intense version at medieval times. Yeah, the Excalibur in Vegas was Renaissance themed. Hmm. Let's see. DJ Play Nice, you are not happen to be talking about medieval times theater in Orange County, California, are you? I think he's talking about the Excalibur Hotel in Vegas. I guess was
Okay.
Renaissance themed. Yeah, it's going to be a bit watered down probably, but I'd still go to see that.
Ah, I'd see it
There's
too.
a there was a medieval times theater in just right outside of Disneyland in Southern California for the longest time. It might still be there, and you go and You go in there and sit down at very long tables. It's like bench style seating, and they bring out huge slabs of food, and you eat it all with your hands. And they have jousting matches in the middle of the ring,
Oh,
like
wow.
real life jousting matches. Yeah, while you're eating,
It's fantastic.
it's super cool.
Yeah. No, that sounds. Oh man. And if people get hurt, I would imagine.
Well, I guess occasionally. I mean, I'm sure they're trying not to, do any real serious damage, but they're running at each other with dulled lances on horses. Somebody's bound to get hiked.
You'd think. Yeah. Ouch. Okay. All right. I think I've managed to pull it up again. Yeah. Okay. There we go. And so I'm just gonna stick with the pictures, and we can talk over them, and I'll uh, chat. We've pretty much caught up with. Um, it wasn't Slim Pickens. It was Ernest
Just
Borgnine in the
just
black
Ernest
hole.
Borgnine.
Okay. Buena Park, I think. Ooh,
I'm probably thinking of
1979.
1979. Okay.
No, 'tis the mischiefs of a Canadian spy and abroad that brings the heart of joy. Well, thank you for saying that, Eugene Bird. And as soon as I can save up some more money, I'll be going abroad again. Hopefully, um, avoiding some of the winter, because I bet you it's going to be a good one. Let's pull that
Sean
up
Car-
and share the screen. Oh yeah.
Sean Carter's right. I knew it in my head. I was like, Slim Pickens in there somehow. He voiced one of the robots
Oh,
in he did the voice of Bob the broken down robot.
wow. Okay, so this is the Rock of Cash. Oh, Bob the Broken Down Robot. I know that one. So this is again the Rock of Cashel in southwest Ireland. And I can pull up the map of where the castles are located again. We'll take another peek at that. And you can see a pointy tower castle, a spiral on top there with a turret. And just everything looked really old, really old. And not too many people either. It wasn't too overcrowded for how impressive it was. And I'm pretty sure that's a tomb,
It
or
looks
it
like
was
it.
at one time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if they haven't moved it, it probably still is. Why? I mean,
Yeah.
that would probably be considered, desecration of a tomb if they
Hmm.
touched it, right?
And a lot of the road signs up, by the way, when you're driving, are in Gaelic, with a bit of English, but also like full-on Irish language around especially northwestern Ireland. But yeah, just a commanding view overlooking where the Rock of Cashel is. And of course, you want your fortress to be up high and with a good
Cool.
wall, and
It's
there's the
nice.
Irish countryside.
I wonder if we as foreigners can buy a home there. If you would be allowed to. A lot of countries won't let other non-nationals own a property.
In a lot of European smaller country towns are shrinking in population and kind of dying. And I know that places like Italy have the €1 housing program where they'll sell you, if you pay the taxes and promise to fix it up, uh,
I have
you
heard
can
of
buy
that
it for one
actually.
euro. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Don't
Yeah.
tell
Huh.
anyone. I'm hoping to do that.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so here's what the inside of the castle should look like, and you can
Very
hopefully
nice.
can you see inside there a bit? Hopefully.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, its resolution isn't great, but we get
Well,
the idea.
see, it
It's
was a
cool.
picture. This is a plaque that was on the castle, and of course they have the protective plastic on it.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
there's a
I love it. The closest I ever got to Ireland was being in London, and
oh,
I went and saw, as much of the history there that I could in the 1 week that I was there, and we just sit there and stare at it, gawking at all this stuff.
hmm, yep. And yeah, oh, there. Do you know what that is, William?
Mm.
And
No.
hello to Suzanne. Well, it's
Hey, Suzanne.
an exterior wall of the castle.
Oh, is it a gun turret or something like that?
Well, close,
Or
not for
for
guns.
arrows? For
Yeah,
arrows or
yeah, an arrow slit,
for
right?
archers? An
Yeah,
arrows
of course.
archer slit?
Yeah, of course.
That is cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought it was there. Maybe that's not so bad. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. And hey, welcome. Welcome, Suzanne. Glad to have you here. 3 days of sleep deprivation. Suzanne's a busy person. Hello, Sashi. Ooh, Sashi's here. Did I miss? Did I miss? Oh shit, I did
Oh
miss
yeah,
Sashi.
she showed up a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, and why the hell is Sean Carter not a wrench? And Sean, there's no
Uh,
obligation.
he he hasn't asked politely yet.
No, there's no asking. It's just you automatically. If I know you, you just get a. If I know you for a little bit, um, why not? I want to see how many wrenches you can add. Fuck it. I trust all these people. Yeah, arrow slits. Unfortunately, it was really bright out, so you can't
Yeah.
get a great view outside. And as far as I could tell, that's a flying fucking golden carp type fish.
Would it be
And
like a wind vane or
I,
something?
I think it's a tribute to Monty Python. I don't
Of
know.
course it is. It's
I
absolutely
have
what it
no
is.
idea. I have no idea. If anyone in the chat knows, please tell me
Could be a
why there's a.
it could be a wind vane. I'm wondering. A
I don't
very
know.
very
It
elaborate
didn't.
one.
It didn't seem to. Well, maybe.
Did you try throwing a rock at it?
Yeah. Yeah. Get kicked out of Ireland. West Kegel and I were wrong. If we're wrong, it's okay. We'll just add XP to our nerd level. Yeah, that's right. That's how that works. Yeah. Do you mind reading this, please?
Eugene Bird says Ernest Borgnine plays Mermaid Man on SpongeBob before he passed. Evil Mermaid Man.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to know what that is. You do have a permanent fact check card. And, oh, when Bob died, yeah, I cried too. Yeah, Bergnine played the cowardly reporter. Mm-hmm. It's a theatrical presentation, kind of cool when Merlin is doing some kind of nerves. Well, I like theater. And yeah, hey, good to see you, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us. All right, let's get. Good to see everybody. She says hello to you. I'm sure you saw. So
Yep.
yeah, this is probably one of the most impressive castles, I think. There's my buddy up top. Yeah, just a fantastic, impressive castle that was restored or mostly intact, but it also looks like they have tried to restore it back to its original. And you know what? For these, I'm gonna just maybe get us out of here. Yeah, just they tried their best to restore it to the period, and yeah, with animal hide seats and
I like the door in the background back there. You don't have to go back there. Yeah,
oh
that
yeah,
round door
yeah,
is very cool. It's
yeah,
very King Arthur-ish. So is that
and
chair.
well, and do you know why they made the doors as small as possible? I don't know. Is that an escape door? I don't know why that's so small.
Well, in uh, what is the in the
That is a
London
big
Tower
animal.
in England, they have many of the original knight's armor on display, hung up at for the
Yep,
size of the humans, and
that's
a
right.
tall
And they're
a tall
small,
knight.
aren't they?
Yeah, a tall knight would have been like 5'5". It's amazing. Well,
There's my
we've been growing, so
there's my buddy in one of the holding cells, the prison.
nice. You just leave him there, then just
Yeah,
like we're out of here.
we did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. See ya.
And this seems to be a way that they could uh, either pull up materials or dispose of materials. And speaking of that, guess what that is?
Well, is that a toilet?
El baños.
El
Sí,
baño.
señor.
I
Yeah,
I
it's the
actually
toilet.
have a post on my Twitter. It's kind of old, or I copied something, or I mean, I reposted something a while ago that shows how the facilities work in medieval castles that look
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool and a little bit
Yeah.
disturbing.
And there's the
But
plebs outside of the castle walls that get no defenses.
that's right. Work, Work, you knaves, work.
Yeah, pretty amazing though. Pretty beautiful. And this is back through Central again,
That's really
just
pretty. Look
driving
at that.
everywhere, driving everywhere. You know, I mean that bridge. Like, again, if that was in Canada, like that's probably like I don't know, hundreds of years old.
Yeah,
That would be a tourist attraction here. You know,
yeah, yeah.
just gorgeous countryside. Okay, and this is more of the southern. This is southern Ireland again, and just open fields. Yeah, just gorgeous.
It must be a lot of farmland we're looking at there too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the highest elevations in that part. And again, narrow roads. And one thing that is different than in North America, you can't go off the road there in Ireland, really. Like if you and even if you have to for like an emergency, you can't because there's like hedges or walls or natural cliffs or something, you know. So it felt almost you're on a track almost, and you can't really go anywhere. So if there's anything, and you are doing 60 kilometers an hour, at least, which is, I don't know, 30, 40 miles an hour, with very around corners with no visibility, like you just hope there's
Oof,
nothing there. I know it's
oof.
great, but you have to keep up with. It's more like 70 to keep up with the traffic. Yeah,
Well,
and I just love how just how cool everything is there. Just really cool, you know.
yeah. There's a lot of character in that ancient culture.
Yeah, yeah,
It feels like I
absolutely.
could live there for a while, and it did take me a long time to grow tired of seeing this.
Yeah, and this
Years and years and years. I don't know. I don't think I ever would at this point. I think I could just live there. Screw it.
and I couldn't find I couldn't find this castle. I didn't recall the name of it when we stumbled upon it somewhere in central eastern Ireland, and I've searched for it and I don't know what the name of this castle is. But you get that there. You get that, you know. Another tomb, just fantastic. I just want to make sure that no one else and I do see the chat, and we are going to get right back to you, everybody. Okay, good. Everybody is still chatting away. We'll get right back to you there, everybody. We're just going to keep up with a few more photos. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I just love the ornate carvings, all done by hand, of course. You know, just gorgeous. But if you want castles, Ireland has castles. You know, and if anyone figures out what the name of that castle is, please tell me. Okay, and that was Roman,
I was
apparently.
going to ask that. Yeah, I was
Yep,
wondering if that was Roman.
yep. So I don't know how old that is, but you're probably talking 1,000 years, right?
Yeah,
Thereabouts, or the
at
better part.
least, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
older,
more.
possibly
Yeah,
older. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, as much as 2000, right?
All right, and there we're back to. Okay, so I've got a lot more photos of another round, including. I've got another section here with some in Belfast in a separate file, but I don't want to ignore the chat. And do you mind reading a few? My voice is getting a bit.
Sure. They've been
Thank you.
having a good time going off about movies and quotes, and
Okay.
if we could hear all their voices, we would be having to talk over them. It would be pretty fun.
Okay. Yep. There. Thanks for being here. Sashi says, greeting from the
Sashi.
other side of the spinning rock. Oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
Oh, we did this one.
Yep.
Let's see. We did this one.
Mm-hmm.
Sashi proximity alert.
Mm-hmm.
Suzanne shows up.
Yeah.
Do you do it, Spider-Man Oh, okay. So he's speaking in Gaelic. Yeah, I would destroy it if I tried to pronounce any of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, couldn't even guess, my friend. And everyone's saying hello. Um, yeah, Suzanne must be. Yeah, she's always up. It seems. You like the arrows? Yeah. Good to have you here, Sean. Could you please read
Uh,
that while I pull up
S-
some more?
Sashi says, Eugene Bird, you were only alerted because I announced myself. We Malaysians are stealthy. We're so stealthy that most people don't know of our existence.
That's awesome. And the chat thinks so too.
Oh, Sean Carter must have picked up his wrench. Get your tools, Sean.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
get to
right.
it.
There you go. Awesome.
Sean Carter, or let's see, Wes Cagle says Sean Carter Slim Pickens is one of my faves. Oh, yes. Major Kong in Doctor Strangelove. I love him in that film. And Hollis P. Wood in 1941. Oh, two fantastic films. And yeah, 1941 is so damn funny. Oh my God, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
I've never seen it. Wow.
Oh, like la 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 la. I didn't hear that.
Okay. Oh, and
And of course, Wes Cagle, and let us not forget Blazing Saddles. Head him off at the pass. I hate that cliche.
and everyone's saying hello, hello. Thanks for being here, everybody.
And then,
Yep.
oh shit, someone's got to go back and get a shitload of dimes. Oh, this is a good question. Canadian Spider-Man, if you had the choice of traveling 10,000 years into the past or 10,000 years into the future, which would you choose?
Oh, wow. Excuse me.
And let's use Terminator rules. You can't take anything with you. You're going to arrive butt naked.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah, I can. That's okay. That shouldn't be a problem. 10,000 years in the past, depending on location. Um, because it was warmer and more tropical back then, and if I'm somewhere where there's good fish, maybe not too many big predators, say like the east coast of North America, like maybe a little bit higher north, like Nova Scotia, or back then, 10,000 years ago, um, 10,000 years ago, maybe somewhere tropical that would have been like there, that would have been relatively safe. Yeah. Um, I'd probably I'd probably go back. Yeah, I love tropical. I know it was warmer back then. Um, Mind you, we're in some of the coldest part of Earth's recent history right now. Anyway, so 10,000 years it could be warmer again. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
I like.
yeah,
I think that I think I could deal with the animals, and some of them might be delicious. So I might like to go back. I don't know if I can handle the technology in the future. I
the
could
only
go
thing is
hunting.
there's no technology in the past whatsoever. So if you need a tooth pulled, you're going to be doing that yourself.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Just be aware. Just
Yes, I thought so. Thank you, Suzanne. And I saw that before I read you. Do you mind reading this, please?
uh, Eugene says, "Hey, buddy, need a ride? I'm headed to the Big Doofus convention." A random stranger to Strange Bob,
I
cartoon
like.
with funny
Yep,
jokes.
I like SpongeBob. Yep, definitely. And Sean Carter says,
Uh,
Wes Cagle, ha ha ha. I was so upset this weekend. They brought the movie back to the theaters and it sold out. Oh, you know what? That's happening to a lot of movies when they bring them back. It's a really popular thing. And you know what, Sean? It's probably cheaper for them to do so. I'm sure it is. I think that's a great idea. That might be a way for them to survive. And it was a good question, Eugene. And do you mind reading this, please?
yeah, I think DJ is talking about my comment about what I saw in the London Tower of London, the armor full suits of armor worn by the knights back in
Mm-hmm.
the 500, 600 years ago. Tiny Western DJ says tiny Western European dudes armor seems almost comic compared to how larger than life they were in my head. It's true. I
Oh
mean,
wow.
they're smaller than me. I'm not a tall person, and these things. I looked at them and I thought, you got to be kidding me.
Oh wow. No, I was told though that of course you got to take into account that the armor had some gaps in as you wear them, right? Like it spreads
Sure,
out a bit. But
expands a
yeah,
little bit. Sure,
they were
but they
still
would,
quite
yeah,
small.
would
Yeah.
put them on statues. They would put them on like mannequins essentially, and have the armor around the mannequin,
Ooh.
and so it
All
was
right. I
fit
gotta.
to the. And in addition to some that were just on display behind a glass case, for example, the fancy stuff. But still, yeah, these are I'll take them on. I'll take them all. Come on, bring it on, man.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Here we go. All right. I think I've got it working again, and we're not gonna mess with StreamYards. Let's present some more. After I read that from West Kegel, Sean Carter, it was playing 15 minutes from my house. And oh, you're kidding. I was supposed to go see it on a Wednesday. But he took a nap and set the alarm for AM instead of PM and missed the showing. Damn it, West Kegel. Oh well. You know what? It'll just make it all the more sweet when you see it next time. And go, Mango, only pawn in Game of Life.
Oh, this is Blazing Saddles. No, it's like
Oh,
this.
oh,
Mon-
Mongo.
Mongo,
Mongo.
only pawn in Game of
Game
Life.
of Life. I do know that scene. Sorry, I spaced on that one. That is some Harry looking Harry Potter looking castle. You got that right. All right, get to the caffeine, Suzanne. Thanks for being here. Looks like a Roman aqueduct. That's exactly
It
what it
did.
was, West Kegel. Yep. The Romans got ticked out in 410 AD. Thank you for that, Eugene.
Got out, I said. Got out of the house new.
Do you mind reading this from our friend Sashi from all the way on the other side of the planet?
Sashi says, fortifications in Malaysia are generally those left by the Portuguese, the Dutch, and the English.
Wow. Okay.
I haven't seen any. I haven't specifically seen ones or in Malaysia, at least in doing research. But I've looked at those online in Vietnam. Those were done by the French. Um, Beautiful stuff. Really beautiful
That's
stuff.
not my picture. That is from the website, uh, the Irish governmental tourist website for the Rock of Cashel, the castle called the Rock of Cashel that I was showing earlier. Yeah, that is the UK government tourist bureau photo to get an overall picture of it. Sorry, please continue.
Oh no, I'm just Sasha's point about fortifications in Asia done by European settlers is it's really cool. It's I want to go see all that stuff too. It's like something out of
Absolutely.
time, out of place and out of time. You're in Asia and everything is Asian,
Couldn't
and
agree
suddenly
more.
wham, you run into a European fortification. It's awesome.
It'd be surreal, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can the stuff in Vietnam, which you might have seen that stuff in Vietnam. You can stay there. It's a little. They turned it into a little city, and it's very elaborate and it's a very touristy place now, of course. But these
Huh.
places in Malaysia, hopefully, they're available to the public too.
I'll be darned. Uh, I didn't even think that they wouldn't be. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine
Um.
the tourism boards would probably really
Yeah.
want to take advantage of that. So
And Sean Carter says he did a reverse search on that castle that I didn't know, and it's Jerpoint Abbey. Thanks, Sean. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to call my friends and tell them update your. It is Jerpoint Abbey. Okay, and I will write that down for next time. And fantastic. Thank you, Sean Carter. Man, you guys are awesome. It's cool when the chat can post stuff in the chat, isn't it? Just don't get me in trouble, friends. Just don't get me in trouble. And
this is the going back in time. This was the going back in time rules.
yeah, and no kidding. And Big Dave K, no responsibilities, and FKH. No responsibilities are associated with your color blue. I just thought since everyone that I know gets a wrench, and welcome. Thanks for being here. Thank you very much. All right, I've got some more cool photos. So let's say hello and welcome. What the hell did I come into? Says FK, because he says I just get here and I hear butt naked. Yeah, I'd be Terminator style, drop buck naked into 10,000 years prehistoric would be my preference as opposed to 10,000 years in the future. Because I think I could deal more likely. Because you go 10,000 years in the future, culture shock is a real thing. I mean, I've traveled to some places and I got culture shock going back in time. It seemed like only 50 years, to some third world countries. To go 10,000 years in the future, I don't think I can handle it with the all their interactions with humans. Go back 10,000 years, I'll probably never ever see another human. No problem. I'll hunt and kill and chase delicious animals and
There you
make
go.
fire. Eventually, I will make fire. Uh, do you mind reading this before I lose my voice again, please?
Yeah, Wes says 10,000. He's going to choose 10,000 years into the future. There's not a lot happening civilization wise 10,000 years ago. You know,
Ah,
who knows? It depends on where you land, right? What if you landed in
oh
North
dear.
Africa with the Egyptians? They got it going on.
10,000 years ago? Yeah, they probably
Yeah,
did. I'd be a
they would have
slave.
been. They would have been. Yeah, you probably been. Yeah, get to work.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, they had quite a thriving civilization back then.
Or a
Give,
prostate exam by yourself. I'm not sure about. I think you've seen that exhibit before, back in 2009. Hmm.
that
Okay.
was. I'm sorry. I remember when he said that. Oh, he might have been talking about the Tower of London.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I guess the Egyptians did. I mean, they needed skilled craftsmen too, though, right? To build and they paid them well to work on the pyramids. And I know my way around tools, man. Even if they're stone tools, I've done
There you
stonework,
go.
so I can. Although I can't read and write, so I'm illiterate. Great, I'm a slave. Fuck.
Yeah, that's a
It,
bitch if you're there
yeah,
talking to you and you can't understand a damn thing they're saying. But then again,
that's yeah.
you're speaking in a more advanced language. You just have to explain it to them that you're
Oh,
the superior
I'm a
intellect.
naked.
Bring a ball,
Uh huh.
bring a ballpoint
Oh,
pen with you. That's
because
all. You
clothes
figure out
mean
how to make
nothing
something
in
like
my
that.
land. That's right. Yeah. Um, I guess. Or you know what? I could start doing like rock music, air band shit, and just freak them out, and then I'll be a slave.
Well, you know what you could do if you had noticed that this was going to happen, you could study some chemistry. Get up on chemistry as fast as you can. Then
Yep.
go back there and show them some magic tricks, and they'll think you're a god.
It's funny, coincidentally, I was telling a friend that today, I swear to God, that I'd read when I was a kid that you can use seagull bird shit and get the saltpeter from it and charcoal from a fire and make gunpowder.
Whoa, yeah, they didn't have gunpowder back then.
There you
That
go.
that that was invented
The
by the
Chinese did, I
Chinese.
bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about
Maybe
maybe four
5,000.
thousand
Yeah,
four
yeah.
thousand years ago. I want to say
That's what I, yeah,
minus two. We go back to zero and then another 2,000 back somewhere around there.
yeah.
4,000 years ago from now.
Okay, good night, DJ Play Nice. He says he's got to roll out. You enjoyed the show and thanks. Yeah, funny we're talking about Ireland. I'm working on my project that takes place in Ireland. You're kidding, Big Dave K. We certainly are. Good night, DJ. Take care. Buenas noches, everyone. And they're saying good night, good night, good night. All right, let's get back to the pictures. Rock of Cashel was fantastic. Wish I could have stayed a lot longer to see it, Dave K said. Uh, Someone made me a wrench. Of course, Big Dave K. You are welcome. You need to go back to Ireland very soon. It was fantastic. You're right. And William, do you mind reading this, please?
Wes Cagle says, Spider-Man, no need to worry about what gets posted in the chat. You'll never be monetized, right?
That is true. Screw YouTube, indeed. And do you mind reading this while I pull up?
Saucy says, the old Portuguese one in Malacca is open to the public. Very nice.
Ooh,
A Famosa, it was hit by the Dutch when they took over. It was built in 1512. Only the entrance remains. Damn, see that?
damn.
And this one, yeah, I was just about to reply. I was taking a wild guess about the ancient. I'm not an ancient
Yeah,
Egyptian scholar. I'm
neither am
just
I,
throwing
but
a
that
dart, going,
sounded right.
it's somewhere
Sure.
back there.
I mean,
I
something
mean,
would have been. That's okay. So I would have been okay then going back 10,000 years because I just have to deal with the animals, which
you could have
I'm fine
started the
with.
Egyptian. You could have started the Egyptian empire. That's what it is. You could be
Yeah,
the king from day one.
no, because that would involve dealing with the ladies, and I just don't have the patience or time for that. So no, I would be busy hunting animals and finding out what all of them tasted like. That would be my. And then you know what? I'd make paper, and I would be a biologist, a naturalist. I think they're called back then.
There you
Okay,
go.
so I couldn't find too much information on this castle either, but this is not Photoshop, so this castle existed at one point, but I couldn't find too much on my brief uh, crash study before this. And Sean Carter in the chat, I'll read it, says the pyramids required uber skilled people not only to design but to build. No way it was slaves doing it. That's like saying the WTC was built by a bunch of handy men you find on Facebook. That's true, and that's why I said they used skilled labor, but they still needed slaves to move heavy shit. You need like grunts. I'm skilled labor in the trades right now, and we literally have guys that all they do is move lumber. So that's probably what I would be doing. It's just moving fucking lumber or stone because I can't speak. Hey, hey, this is not Photoshop. This is not Photoshop. I swear to God. Do you see what I
Is
see?
that a rainbow? You got a rainbow there?
You
Little
goddamn right I
touchdown?
do. Yep,
Touchdown rainbow?
yep, yep. That's in the countryside in central Ireland. Yeah, that's real, folks. I did not see gold. Did not see gold. Ooh, how's that for a town? That is not a joke. That is a town emblem. Uh, the Derry City Council, folks.
Oh, somebody has a sense of humor.
I can't read that. I don't know what that Latin means.
Vita
Vita is
veritas.
life. True life is victorious. True life
I'm gonna see
wins.
it. I'm gonna give it a shot. See if I can.
I mean, I don't know Latin, but I know a bit of it just from reading. True life is victorious.
Okay, it translates to a Latin phrase that translates to life, truth, and victory.
There you go. True life wins. That's what I said. So there you go. There's the town. There's the town of Derry, Derry City Council, folks. That's on the town wall.
In fact,
There you
the
go.
looking that up
What?
actually brought up your coat of arms there for the town of Derry. You brought that up.
I wish they had a shirt. They probably did. I didn't bother with it, perhaps. But now looking back, I should have got one. Should have got one. And that. Why is the cannon pointed at the church? One of these things was there before the other, I guess. The
Somebody was
town wall
mad.
was the town wall was first, and then the church, the city expanded, and they yeah, decided to leave the cannon there anyway, I guess. Well, you know what? It keeps the collection box honest. Yeah, that's a pretty cool. Yeah, the town wall was the cool highlight, and you could walk all along it. And okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier about how you're walled in when you're driving 70 kilometers an hour through the, you know, you're walled in. There's not many places to go, and therefore, unlike in Canada and North America, if something is in the middle of the road in North America, they can just run out of the way into the woods. Here, they're boxed in, so more chance of hitting them. And yeah, Eugene is doing little sheep in the chat, which we'll get right back to, folks. And this is more just along the coastline of Ireland, beautiful Irish coast.
Well, is that a state park or something? What is that?
No,
It's
nope,
just nothing there.
as pasture
Just
land as
cliff.
far as
Just
grazing land
pasture
as far
land.
as
Wow.
someone's pasture land.
It's
But
nice
the
that they left
word,
it that way, and instead of developing hotels on it.
but along and a long. I wonder if it'll work that way. Nope. No, there's something up with StreamYards tonight, folks. This has never happened. I swear this has never happened before. But you know what? We've been going over 2 hours, so um, yeah, those are unless was Pennywise there? It looked like it, didn't it? And that was a cannon. Yes, absolutely, Big Dave K. Was wondering the exact same thing about the cannon. Yep. Where's the pot of gold? I looked for it, Sean. I know, Wes Cagle. I looked for it. Um, Canadian Spider-Man didn't think of it that way. No civilization, but no friggin' arsehole people either. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, like, there's just me and the animals, the delicious, yeah, new animals to discover and new recipes, untold recipes. I can cook. Why? Yeah, woolly mammoth. Ooh, yep. You're probably right. 10,000 years ago, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. We caught up. Good. So let's. And Eugene Bird is a proponent of sheep, and Eugene Bird knew. Life, truth, victory.
Nice.
Yeah, you got it. Awesome.
He
Yeah.
didn't. He didn't have to look it up.
No, I was guessing, but yeah, you yeah. If you read, see if it helps, because I studied Italian in university, which I've totally forgotten, except for prego, which means you're welcome. But I mean, knowing a little bit of Spanish and French and English, reading Latin, you kind of recognize some words, I guess. Do you mind reading this, please,
Uh,
William?
Sashi says there's also Fort Cornwallis in Penang, built by the British East India Company in 1786. It's open to the public and it's a UNESCO heritage site.
Wow,
It'd be nice to
that's
see.
a yeah. I would like to see that. Um, yeah, I wonder how much. It probably is not too much as far as money goes to go see it. True life victory. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Yep, life. Cliffs of Moher was pretty rad. Those cliffs were immense. They really were. Big Dave K. Incredible. I was really impressed with them. Yep. Truth, life, truth, victory. Yeah.
You missed the part where the live stream where we were showing houses of the Holy album cover. Sorry, Wes Cagle, you're not going to be able to see that part. We've now cut that out of the whole show. In fact, so better
Yeah.
luck next time, my friend.
That's right. I thought prego was spaghetti sauce. Well, it is, but it also means you're welcome in Italian. And I wish I could remember more. Oh my God,
Kevon
I
Six
was,
is
I
here.
was, I was on a date with this girl in Whistler, and she was gorgeous. And and I told, and I was saying, yeah, I studied French, and being from the East Coast, had to, and I studied Spanish, and I studied Italian in university, and I was trying to impress her, saying I spoke them. I barely knew them at all. And Italian had been a few years, and I hadn't realized that I actually hadn't spoken it in like 5 years, and I'd completely forgotten everything. And and one of the cooks at the restaurant, we both were friends with, started speaking Italian. And I completely embarrassed myself because I couldn't remember a goddamn thing. It was horrible. So yeah, I only remember prego, but it was a very cool language. Easy to um, easy to keep separate from Spanish now. I think that I've got a solid base in Spanish. And welcome, Kevon Six. Really glad to have you here. Thanks for being here at this hour. He says, "Crap, I overslept. Gonna have to rewatch everything." Yeah, we had some great photos. Thanks for being here, Sean. We got him into a whiskey-induced sleep. And do you mind reading this, please, William?
Sashi says Malacca also has the Dutch City Hall, Sadthuis, built in, or it might be called Sadthuis, built in 1650. Red building that is now a museum.
Ooh, that is, yeah, I like
Dutch City
museums.
Hall. Hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm always fascinated by history. And then this, please.
I was West Kegel says I was referring to the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, which is on the Led Zeppelin album cover. Hmm.
Oh wow. Oh okay. Yeah, we've got that. That's here. That's here somewhere. And you know what? I've got also. Let's take a look at. Let's take a look here.
Oh, the it's it's that rock formation, right? It looks like that the hexagonal rock formation photos.
Oh.
Yeah, looks
Oh.
like that. Let's
Okay.
see.
Well, that's. Oh, nice. I haven't seen it. I'm not familiar with it.
I don't think I ever actually noticed the in the album cover that the I never paid close attention that the blocks are hexagonal, just like the photo.
Yeah. Huh. And
Let's see.
ooh, I did find some pictures from
Oh, he's right. The photograph for the album was taken at the Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland. Is
I'll
that
be
is
damned.
that was that the photo where you were?
Yeah.
My mind is a space cased already. So
Yeah, no, that's
well,
right.
yeah. Well, Wes Kegel, you'll have to go back and see it unless Spider-Man can bring it up miraculously. But I don't want to press the
Which
issue.
album did you say that was?
Houses of the Holy. Oh, I mean the photo, not the album cover. The if you have access to it, real quick. If not,
Yeah, I do. Actually, I'm just bringing it up right now. Yep, got it. Right there. Is that the
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's the album
yeah,
cover?
that's cool.
Obviously,
Look
that
at
they
that.
don't
Look
have
at that.
my picture, but
If you,
that's it.
it,
It's not that exact picture.
it's close though. Even that right there. If you were able to pan to the right a little bit, maybe about 45 degrees at the most, and if the wall drops, if the mound drops off to the right, you'd almost have it.
Really?
Or flip.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's. I bet if you stood there, you could probably figure out what angle they used.
Huh. Yeah, that was. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Yes, StreamYards is gonna be funny tonight. That's okay. Um, it's a good album, and that's it. Very cool, says Wes Cagle. Kevon6 is just saying hello to everybody. And do you mind reading this, please?
Kevon6 says, "Is that the album cover with the ruins of Moher on the basalt columns?" That sounds like the right description of what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Is that what they are? Basalt?
But yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm not a geologist, but yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Oh, hang
It's
on.
it's the album cover with a bunch of children,
Yeah.
handful of children climbing over it.
Huh. Um, I'm gonna try sharing one of the videos I took driving on the narrow country roads in in Ireland, and I'm gonna try and share the audio. So click it there, and hopefully we can. So let's go here, okay?
You got it.
Yeah, how was that?
Hey, now you had it.
You had the volume there?
Well.
Yeah, how's that for crazy driving, eh? No, that was just a garden statue, not a real one there, Wes Kegel. And oh, do you mind reading this, please?
From the houses of the holy, we can watch the white doves go. He's quoting one of the
That's
songs.
I was gonna say.
What kind of dreams does Spidey have after reliving all his experiences?
Dude,
And what do you look forward to now? Where do you want to go next? What's on your agenda? What's on your wish list?
Greece and Egypt. Greece and Egypt, yeah,
Egypt.
for sure. And you know what?
Which one? You have to make a decision. Where are you going?
No, no. If you're gonna go all the way over there, no, I'll quit my jobs and I'll just go for like 6 months and I'll go see Greece, Turkey, and Egypt.
Do the whole thing. Morocco.
If I'm
Head
gonna,
down to the south of Spain.
I've
Cross
been to
over to
Morocco.
Morocco.
No,
All
I've
right.
been to Morocco. Yeah, yeah. No, I
Okay.
just go. Yeah,
Skip it then, right?
Egypt,
Just screw it. Screw straight to the pyramids. Get on the
Egypt,
Sphinx.
Greece.
Ride this.
If 5 months is enough to spend in Egypt, Greece, and Turkey, I bet. And I did want to go up to Ukraine, but obviously that's not going to happen because I don't want to get drafted. But then I'd like to go over to Malaysia and the Philippines because I haven't gone diving in either of those places.
Mm.
You know, Jakarta and all those. I wouldn't spend too much time in the big cities, but yeah. And good to see you, big Dave K. Driving on the other side, yeah. Well, I had experience in Australia, so it wasn't that bad. You missed it. Oh well, we'll play it again. We'll play it again. Play it again, Sam. We can do that. What was your impression from that bit of the short clip of the driving that you saw?
Well, first of all, it sounded like somebody had the music jammed going on.
The taxi driver. Yep.
There you go. So lively, and it wasn't long enough. That's what I thought.
All of my
We'd like to
videos.
see a lot longer. It would just be great. That's all. It would
I
just
know.
be nice
I
to
know,
see the
man.
thing, guys hauling ass, and let's go see the countryside.
At the time, the camera that I had, memory was at a premium, and so yeah, I was foolishly, yeah.
Sure.
I know,
Yeah.
man.
It's not like today. Yeah, we can just
No,
film forever.
I know, right? Oh
Yeah.
man, so when I was in Mexico this last couple of times, I took a lot longer videos, and yeah, it was worth it. So let's choose that, and we're gonna turn the audio on. Here we go. Here you go, Carla, because you said you missed it. Yeah, there you go.
Did you have any problem understanding the driver? Like, did he have a deep accent, or how did that go?
No, not really, because I'd run into a lot of English people while traveling around Australia, so I was pretty familiar with a lot of them. Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, and Wes Kegel said that's the album cover for the Houses of the Daily. Okay, the Houses of the
Holy.
Holy. Yeah. Do you mind reading
The
that,
song.
please?
So Wes Cagle clarifies, yes, Big Dave K, the song Houses of the Holy was not on the Houses of the Holy album. It was on the album Physical Graffiti.
That's weird. Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought he. Okay.
Queen did a few things
Yes.
like that too. They'd have an album cover and then later they'd make a song, or they'd make a song and then later they'd make an
Just
album cover
forgot
with
to
the
put the
song.
song on. They were too high.
Well, I think it was just their creativity. Just let's do one thing and let's use that again and call back to it, or
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty neat when they do stuff like that.
And do you mind reading again from our friend Big Dave K?
Big Dave K says, "I wish I knew how I could travel as much. I envy you that good fortune, Canadian Spidey."
Oh yeah, Dave. it's a man. There's a lot. The world has a lot to offer, and it some of it was probably fortune, but a lot of it was choice. Um, I really don't own much except my souvenirs and my RV and my tools and my snowboard. That's about it. Yeah, so as long as you're not as long as you don't want to spend money on stuff, yeah, you can absolutely, and you got to be willing to just quit your job and leave your place unless you can afford to keep your place. But usually, quit your job, quit your place, and just trust that when you come back, you'll find both. And I'm in a pretty sweet. It keeps getting better every time I do that. I keep getting back into a better situation every friggin' time. So maybe it is for that part is fortunate for sure. Although it's effort. Um, yeah. Do you mind reading Eugene? And I'm gonna try and pull up a couple of more things here.
Eugene says, I've been to Egypt, Giza, and Cairo. One day is plenty. My wife went to Greece and Ephesus, Turkey, and it took 8 days.
Oh, okay. See, Turkey it's got so much culture, and Istanbul. Not Constantinople. I would love to go to Istanbul. Um, yeah, just to see the incredible culture. And you know what? The Czech Republic. If you're right there, you might as well go to Prague. I've never seen Prague, and apparently it's one of Europe's most beautiful cities. So you've got that. And I wouldn't need a lot of money. Excuse me. I wouldn't need a lot. I'd do it um, pretty frugally. So here we go. I think I've got this queued up. Hopefully. Um, all right. Let's hopefully StreamYards is going to cooperate. No, no. You're not going to be able to volume that way. Sorry. Do it the other way. Do you want to see? Um, would you like to see the roadside in Northern Ireland with some political murals in Belfast?
Ooh, sure.
Okay, yeah, Northern Ireland political murals in Belfast, folks. So, and we're not going to go too much longer, but I think this is pretty interesting. And I do have some photos from Northern Ireland, but I don't want to press my luck. I've already hogged you for 2.5 hours. Can you see that?
Yep.
And I'm going to put Eugene Bird's comment to the side. No offense, Eugene. And you should have. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Didn't click volume. Volume is. Yeah, no, okay, it's on. Good. Sorry, I did click volume. Hey, I'm new. Not. Can't use that excuse anymore. All right. Go big. There we go. All right. Did that work?
We saw it. Was there sound going with it?
There was supposed to be, but you know what? Maybe it was better without the sound. You could concentrate on the murals.
Yeah, it was nice. They were pretty well organized, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
didn't look like just scribble and graffiti. Obviously,
Yeah.
very planned out.
Yeah. What? Kevon 6? No. That would have been such cool pictures though. If I would have get caught up in a sheep jam, uh, that would have been like for a cool video. Yeah, that's right. It makes it difficult to drive Kevon with all the hedgerows and stone walls. There's nowhere to go. Not like where about where you live, William? Because where I am, there's nothing stopping you from going off the occasional cliff. Excuse me.
Carla says Irish is almost a different dialect. Irish,
Agreed.
the Irish.
Mm-hmm. And
One of my
and and the
favorite
Gaelic,
comedians.
can't understand the Gaelic at all. Ooh, Carla Burton says one of my favorite comedians is Dylan Moran. Yes, he's always wears a blazer, right? Yeah, I like that guy. I'd love to see the Monaco Grand Prix, says Carla Burton. Yeah, the Monaco, the Monaco. Yeah, I've been to Monaco actually. I don't have any. All my pictures are like in a photo album. They're physical pictures. But yeah, I went to Italy in '91, I think. So I only have physical pictures, unfortunately. But someday I'll scan them in. But Monaco was very cool. Got to see the palace where the Prince of Monaco was, and the three levels of highway leading around the Italian coastline, the Mediterranean coastline to Monaco, and she was on the upper highway when the accident happened. But there's a middle highway and then a lower highway, all along the cliff sides, paralleling each other. It was pretty fascinating, pretty incredible. Do you mind
Oh,
reading this, please?
Big Dave K says, as Queen goes, this is we're talking about songs by one name and album titles of another
Oh
that are
yes,
shared,
right.
right? Songs
Yes,
sharing an album title. So for
yes.
Queen, the album Sheer Heart Attack, which was their third album, in fact, as a band, but they had a track by the same title on their News of the World album, which was four, five, six, seventh, their seventh album, which is correct. And I think that's the
Wow.
only one that I'm aware of where they did that, where they had the sharing a title, song title, and album title separately.
That okay. Yeah. Wow.
So
You
they,
guys
so
have a
that
lot of.
yeah, they come out with their third album and it's Sheer Heart Attack, but then three, four albums later, they actually come out with a song called Sheer Heart Attack, and it's a great song written by the drummer Roger Taylor.
Did they have it planned before the other? No, they didn't have it set up like that on purpose.
Oh, who knows?
Or did they plan it that way? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Mm,
Ooh.
I mean, who knows? They probably had the name, a great idea, and then later decided, hey, we like that name. Let's use it in a song.
Yep, you're probably right. That's how that happened. And Wes Cagle says, I'd love to see that. Hagia Sophia, beautiful building. Is that in
Let's
Prague?
see. We'll look it up.
And Carla Burton says, I have a Sophia. I think she's referring to one of her offspring, or one of her lovely children. Kayvon 6 says, I learned the hard way that you never talk politics with someone from Northern Ireland. They are ready to throw hands at any moment concerning Ireland and Great Britain. From what I read, I understand why. And I just learned some history that I didn't know. And having a lot of Irish history in me, blood, half ancestry, I guess, half, I'm Irish descendant, Scottish descendant. I didn't know this. In Between 1845 and 1850, everyone thinks the Great Potato Famine happened because all the crops failed. According to the research I've done, in fact, only one area of crops failed. The rest, the British pretty much came and took from Ireland. And in 1 year alone, they took 14,000 British pounds worth of potatoes out, 10,000 head of cattle, and 4,000 horses in 1 year alone. No, sorry, they had 1,400 ships worth of potatoes, um, exporting them and stealing them at gunpoint, to England. And 500,000, half a million Irish people died that year of starvation. They have mass starvation graves. So I can understand why the Irish are in historical past would, and even now would have a little bit of contention with the British. Yeah. And that's just one. I mean, please do your own research. Those are just the numbers that I found on uh, an Irish history, like a history web page from an Irish publisher. So we'll see. If you know different, please inform us. And do you mind reading this, please, before we wrap it up here?
Big Dave K says 2024 is the year the Irish reunification is to happen, according to Star Trek.
Oh wow!
Well, they've got 3 months. They've got 3 months left, so let's get it going.
Yeah, I saw a sheep jam in Iceland. Wow, I believe it. No, I wasn't even reading. I didn't even read Eugene's comment before we both. That was a quinky dink. That song is pretty hard hitting song. And do you mind reading this, please?
Sashi says, sheep don't care about anyone or anything. I was in Kota Baru, the capital of the state of Kelantan. Went to the market and came back to my parked car surrounded by sheep. I had to wait for them to go.
That happens.
Can you just lure them off with some food or something?
Maybe.
I mean, I guess it'd be hard to yank them by their hair.
Oh, okay. It's not in Prague. It's in Turkey. We were talking about Turkey before, says Wes Kegel. I'd like to go see it all. Carla has a rimmer in her icon. She sure does. And it's an awesome icon, as a matter of fact. It sure is. Yeah, let's... Okay, here we go. One last... give this a quick attempt. Take a look. Tell me what you think. Where's this? And if you said Northern Ireland, you'd be right. Yeah, so there's a definite police presence in Northern Ireland. And there's some of the murals that are quite popular and depicting some of these people holding the assault rifles, and the people's portraits above are apparently people that the British soldiers disposed of during that period. And there's several political statements. They weren't happy with Mr. Bush, President Bush. I'll tell you that much. Okay, and do you know what we're looking at here, William?
Well, not exactly. Obviously, a cell phone.
Yep.
And no, I don't know what this is about.
Okay. Do you see the newspaper?
Yeah.
And do you
and
see?
He's got the plug in the newspaper. Looks like he's got one of those in his hand. The thing that's in the wall or something. He's pointing to something. Has he got the same thing in his hand? What the finger is pointing to?
No. Do you see the gentleman's head in the newspaper with what looks like a tattoo on his neck?
Yeah. Oh, is that thing creates the? Is that a branding? Some kind of a branding?
That's what they put
device.
That's a rubber bullet from a shotgun.
Oh,
that they were using at the time.
That is huge.
And they were point blank, and that gentleman was no longer breathing after that.
He bought the farm.
He bought the farm. So you can do what's called a black taxi tour all over Belfast. And the black taxi tour guide is our gentleman was an older dude, and he had a lot of history, and he knew all about it because he was there. And he has one of the projectiles that was used to do that, and it was just such an impact. Still.
I can believe that. I went paintball gunning one time, and I was about 29 or 30 years old. And at the very end of the day, when we're walking off the grounds and leaving, we're going back to the cars, and I come around the corner and some kid was lying in the ground, maybe only about 10 feet away. He got a little bit startled, didn't realize the game was over, and he turned around and shot me right in the neck from about 10 feet.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah, it took out about a 2 layers of skin about the size of a quarter,
Oh
which
yeah.
and of course that was started pussing up really bad. But what was worse was that it hit my main artery in my neck,
Oh
and
son of a.
my heart started beating very fast, like really, really, really
Wow.
fast. Faster than I had ever beaten before from anything like running any kind of cardiovascular. And I was really, really worried that I was going to have a heart attack. Um, and that was just from a paintball hitting me that at that range. So I can imagine something like this.
Oh yeah. That
If I'd have been
oh that
older,
could
if
be.
I turned out being fine, but my heart was still going that fast for at least a good 15 minutes. It went on for a while. And then
I
it finally
oh
did
yeah.
settle down. If
There's
I
a
was older,
taxi
that
driver
I
there.
could have done it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Um,
Yeah.
to get hit in the artery.
Yeah.
Um,
It was something
yeah,
like
that.
that's going to be a lot worse
Yep,
than
that's
what
a
that
big
guy got hit
shock.
with. Yeah.
No, but even so, like you're gonna be, no matter who you are, you get hit. You can't build up. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, you get hit in the artery, it's gonna hurt. It's
Yeah.
gonna affect you. You know. Yeah. So this is inside that black taxi tour, and he's uh, he's giving us the tour. He's going around, really friendly guy, and yeah, just a lot of murals. And this mural, this and see the typical Irish row housing, very very cool. Uh, this one here is about the Great Potato Famine. The basically the the Great Hunger. That's what that says in Gaelic. The Great Hunger. Yeah, there's a black taxi. I guess they were used as sort of the resistance, and yeah. So anyway, just an amazing. Even if you just look at and admire the artwork, that alone is impressive. Even if you don't know anything about the political message. Okay, and this is the wall that they would put down the middle of a friggin' street, separating neighborhoods in Belfast. One side would be the Catholics, and the other side of this wall would be the Protestants. And so your whole neighborhood, your street, right through the backyard, would be divided by this giant wall. And do you mind? Oh, go ahead.
Kevon Kevon Six says, if I was blessed with a massive lottery win, I would enact Operation Bucket List and spend a year traveling, starting in Japan, New Zealand, Australia, India, Greece, Italy, moving northward into the EU. That'd be fun.
Great, great plan. That's an awesome plan. Yep. Same, says Big Dave K. And do you mind reading this, please? Oh, that's you.
I, Big Dave K. Yes, I love that song. I've been a monstrous fan of Queen since I was a teenager, a young teenager.
Oh, yeah.
And that song we were talking about, it's got a really cool ending.
Hmm. They never
Yeah,
saw a lot of radio airplay. They were too long, maybe.
I don't know. Um, it's the kind of band that radio stations
Yeah.
would play the whole album though. They fall into that genre where every song, just like Led Zeppelin and the Beatles, really just about every song that Queen produced up through the Game album in 1980 was worthy of your attention. Um, but yeah, radio play. They just weren't exactly made for radio, but they were definitely connoisseur music for sure.
But I'm sure their album sells, their
Oh
album
no,
sales, a lot
oh
of it's spread word of mouth, I'm sure.
yeah, and that's the other thing is people will these days, artists will sell a song, maybe two songs or three if they're really good. back then artists would sell entire albums, and we would cherish the whole thing from beginning to end.
Yeah, it is an
And they still
experience.
people, yeah, right, and people still do. Same thing with Pink Floyd. Those albums through the '70s at least. And when when you become familiar with these albums, you really kind of want to listen to it from the beginning to the end. At least I do. I don't like to drop the needle in the middle somewhere and
Right.
start listening. I like to go from the beginning and all the way to the end.
Yeah.
That's my preference. So, but that's a quality in here now. And now we digress.
Well, because people, are in a rush these days too, maybe.
Sure, right. Well, yeah,
And
and the quality just isn't there either. I mean, it's not worth
mm,
listening to a lot of anyway.
well, that too.
Modern
Do you
stuff, I
mind?
mean.
Do you mind
Kevon
reading
Six
this?
says Kevon Six says, I have the Tommy Toy car versions of an ambulance, lorry, and UK police car.
Yep, I know exactly the one you're talking about. And Wes Cagle spotted it right
He
away.
spotted it. Wow, yeah. That's wild. No, I didn't know. See, it shows what I know. Nothing.
Well, you're innocent of that kind of violence, which is not a bad thing. I didn't know either till I saw that newspaper. The group 10cc has a song called Rubber Bullets. I get that it's called the perimenopause. What does that mean?
I'm not sure what
Oh,
they're talking
what
about
she?
there.
Oh, because you were describing when you get hit when you get hit by the
Oh, is that what
paintball.
that is? Wow.
Jeez, Carla. Well, okay.
She knows.
Don't operate heavy equipment, I guess. During that. And do you mind reading this?
Those Kevon Six says those old rubber bullets had the capability of shattering rib cages and killing. They were phased out for the bean bags and soft rubber rounds. Yeah, that thing looked pretty big and
You're
hard.
damn right. You're damn right. That's why the cell phone was there. I mean, it's an old school cell phone, but
Oh, to show the size of it, I see.
that's right. That's
Yeah,
why he put it there.
yeah.
He was a good tour guide, man. He really knew what he was doing. Um,
And Big Dave K says, has anyone ever seen the Northern Irish Road Safety PSAs? Those ads were wild.
no,
No, I
no, the
certainly have
public
not.
service announcements, no.
Right.
And oh, do you mind reading this, please?
Wes Cagle says religious wars
Jeez.
are wonderful. Uh, two sides of the same religion killing each other over exactly what their God meant when He spoke to them. Yeah, the
That's
problem
true.
of the ages, right?
Yeah.
If we hadn't been killing each other for so long over such things, wonder where we'd be, what advancements we would have made by now.
And hey, Sashi, did I
Uh,
I got no
we did
no? She
we
was
did this
saying
one.
something. Yeah, I know we did, but I just wanted to ask Sashi. I got a wonderful phone call earlier today on my phone, and I was just wondering if that was from you because I didn't recognize the person. So I was just wondering, was that you, Sashi? It was a very pleasant phone call. Um, anyway, I have not seen those Northern Irish road safety PSAs, but I'll tell you what, Big Dave K, I'm glad I had all the experience that I had driving in Australia because if you just think you're going to go over not having much experience driving on, the other side of the road, you're going to cause an accident. And I damn near did anyway, so but it wasn't my fault entirely, William. And you backed me up on this. There was a two-lane highway. It was high speed, but a two-lane highway nonetheless. And so the lane that I was pulling into, there was nothing in it, completely clear. The oncoming lane, there was a small little car that was stopping and making a left-hand turn into the parking lot that I was in. And so I pulled out to get on to cross into the highway. The lorry or the delivery truck behind her sort of just went around her and into my lane and didn't because he didn't want to slow down, of course, for her slowing down pulling into the parking lot. So And I probably pulled out a little too uh, quickly. But anyway, yeah. If you don't know what you're doing over there, um, Carla Burton will tell you, don't try it without some experience. And, do you mind reading this, please?
Carla says, I had hairy palpitations when my hubby was first stopping fling to get chemo. And my friend put it down to PM. The doctor said it was anxiety.
I believe
Mm,
your friend. Yeah. Because the doctor said that because he wants to give you medication.
mm,
But if it's just postmenopausal, yeah, if it has to do with your period ending,
Postmenopausal.
yes, that you can just go to the pharmacy and buy drugs. I'm just saying, heart palpitations.
Bloody spell checker.
Anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. I think isn't that a nice evening shot of Northern? That's in Northern Ireland going to the Giant's Causeway, folks. Let's end on that shot. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here,
Yeah,
William.
yeah. Thanks for having me, Spider Man. This is always a lot of fun. And
Yeah,
sorry, let me mute that because we got some noise outside.
yeah,
But yeah,
that
thanks
happens.
for having me. It's just I really like to go see Ireland, and when I do, castles will be probably the highlight of my show for sure. Of my
Oh
visit.
man, there's so many great things. Yeah, the castles are my favorite part. My absolute favorite part were the castles. I gotta say. Um, but let's just hang on here. You like that shot? How's that shot?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And that one too. Yeah, there's still a couple of. Yeah, I like just driving along the roadside. There's the countryside, folks. Just driving along the countryside. There you go. That's a series of sheep pens. I figured out. Took
Oh
me a
yeah,
while.
cool.
Took me a while.
Doesn't seem like it doesn't. Oh, look at that old
Yeah,
abandoned house.
that's right.
Did you feel that it was highly popular? How would the population density feel in
This is
where you
straight.
were? I mean, was it super
Remote.
dense? Yeah.
Everywhere is
Re-
just remote.
wow,
Everywhere is just remote.
that's
This is
cool.
uh this is not far from the this between the Giant's Causeway and the Cliffs of Moher on the west. Yeah, northwest Ireland. And you just run into this shit. I don't know what that is. It's just there, you know? Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Yeah, that's coming up again between the Giant's Causeway and the Cliffs of Moher. Yeah, that was gorgeous. That was an early morning. There I am.
Yeah, that's cool. The mist coming off the ocean is nice.
But it was pretty
Yeah,
early
it's
morning. We
beautiful.
slept in that. That was the night we slept in the car
Mm.
between the Giant's Causeway and the Cliffs of Moher, allegedly. Yeah, this is all Northern Ireland, folks, on the coast. Northern Ireland. There you go, folks. I think that's everything I got. Wow, we're damn near 3 hours. You're a champion, and you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate you. And you did quite a bit of. You carried a lot of that weight.
Hey, that's all right. That's why I'm here. I wouldn't have dropped off if you kept going.
Uh,
I wasn't going to do that.
yeah, that's yeah. You know what? Let's let the people look at the picture before us. I want to thank everyone for being here. Everyone in the chat. I really appreciate it. Carla Burton, especially Eugene Bird. Thank you. Actually, she told me to breathe. Flying, damn it.
Yeah,
Oh,
car. No,
birds.
I couldn't quite get what the word fling meant, and it was flying, and
The
I just
flying.
wasn't quite.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah,
have enough
breathing.
synapses.
You know what? Yoga and breathing and meditation. No shit, Carla. And thanks for being here. Um, there was some issues with. I'm pretty sure it was StreamYard's end because that's an easy thing to blame. And yeah, just the way it was acting. But it's okay. We made it through. Uh,
Yeah,
some of
nice
those.
nice photos. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and I had to go the long way about showing some of those videos because they're so old. The program I have wouldn't render them, so I couldn't upload them to StreamYards. So normally you can just upload videos temporarily to StreamYards and play them easily. I can't
Mm,
do that because these are, like I said, about 15 years old. So they
mm.
wouldn't, unless there's different stuff. Anyway, Kevon 6 says Northern Ireland absolutely hated George Bush Jr. He was strongly in favor of Irish reunification under Great Britain rule. That maybe might have been smart. Maybe. Carla Burton says there are castles in Japan. You're correct. I think we've done a couple of streams now showing castles there. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Husband is a pilot. Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
737.
Fantastic. Yep,
Wow.
absolutely. All right. Um, Edo Castle is gorgeous. Yeah, and so we're Osaka Castle, of course. Yeah, gorgeous. My brain is fried. Ooh, so is mine, William. Good night. All right, folks. Oh no, there's. Okay, stop typing, folks. Good night.
I'm gonna say
Bye.
hi. I'm gonna say
I
thanks to everyone too. Thanks everyone for
yes.
showing up
Oh,
tonight.
all right. I gotta go pee. Uh, thanks for being here, everybody. I do type all the letters. I just obviously fail. No, good on you, Carla. And we can figure out what you're saying. Not a problem. We're not dumbasses. Well, not at this hour. We're not. Gotta get up in a few. Good to have you here, Dave. All right, yeah, we're closing her down. Thank you. There are a lot of people over the time. Yeah, no kidding. There were. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Miss Catonic Madman. You've been here the whole time. Thanks. Wes Cagle, thanks for showing up, man. Carla Burton. Okay. Well, good luck to you and your hubby. Miss Catonic, good night. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. Thank you, William, for saying that. Cheers, everyone. Good night. And yeah, we'll end with Dunsveric Castle, which I couldn't find a lot of info on, so maybe some of you can. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to throw us up there. Good night.